Welcome to creation. You've entered a world of epic passions, heroism, and betrayal. It is the stage for the legends of the Exalted, mortals raised up and granted phenomenal power as the chosen of the gods. It is a world of miracles where countless gods, elementals, and other spirits dwell alongside mortals, overseeing the world's natural order, or using their power to extort wealth, service, and worship. It is a place where mortal kingdoms rise and fall, drawing strength from stolen magic, wealth, labor, and human cunning. The Exalted stand between the worlds of spirit and mortal. For all their power, the Exalted are undeniably human, subject to all the joys and pains that humanity brings with it. With their heroism and villainy, they may save creation from its many enemies, or see it utterly destroyed. I bid thee greetings, dragon-blooded and lunars, solars, and others. I am Patrick, but if you listen to the whispers coming from the juniper tree, it will tell you that I can be found on the internet as PattyShakes_. And I am the storyteller for this. This is session 2 of our short story run of Exalted Essence, published by Onyx Path Publishing and available for backing on Kickstarter right now. You can find Verbal Tales in lots of places on the internet. Of course, we are on Twitch right here, right now. Consider giving us a follow or subscribe. Check out all our social medias at Verbal Tales, where you can get updates about the cast and their going-ons. A website, VorpalTales.com, where you can get links to all our affiliates and see our up-to-date calendars. A Patreon, where if you feel so inclined, you can toss a coin to us in order to make more better and Vorpal content. Not only is Vorpal Tales a great role-playing group, but we are writers as well. Check us out on Drive-Thru RPG and DM Stuff for great additions to your tabletop games. I'd like to thank Onyx Path Publishing for making an incredible world and setting to use, to amaze, and delight. Also to Astral Tabletop for being our virtual tabletop and platform for our players to roll their dice. And a thank you goes to Vinsart, a wonderful YouTube channel that has amazing music to set your adventure to. And of course, you're going to hear me say it a million times, you're going to see it in the chat a million times, but the amazing Kickstarter that's going on right this second. Let's take us. I believe that's definitely been funded. I just want to see how far.
Oh, it's like 650% funded.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how fast you guys did this. Which
it's gone off.
Of the $35,000 goal, $225,759 has been raised. In order
That's
to
up from when I checked it like half an hour ago, by like $400.
So good job, everyone. That means that we are going to be well into any stretch goals this campaign has, which I believe there are several that have been unlocked already. If you want to talk about them, Dixie, a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So like with a lot of our core rulebooks, we are funding a companion that's going to go along with this. So all that'll, like, so far we have added sections for some expanded charms, some expanded cosmology, expanded locations, more storyteller advice, a bunch of other stuff. So we're working on the companion in little chunks, just like we do for all of our Kickstarters. We've also unlocked some, I think, virtual tabletop assets. We've unlocked a storyteller screen. An adventure, like a jumpstart type thing, and an adventure. Nice. I think are both unlocked. So yeah, like James, our gentleman who runs our Kickstarters, was having trouble keeping up the first day. This is actually, I found out yesterday, this is Onyx Path's fastest funded Kickstarter. We funded in 13 minutes.
Wow, 13 minutes?
Yeah. Which, granted, it was a lower goal amount than the Exalted Third Core, which was our previous one, and that was 18 minutes. So still shout out to that Kickstarter for making like 60 grand in like 18 minutes. But I'm really...
Hello, wonderful people. Sorry for those, as we said in the chat, those little internet gremlins. They get you every now and then. But we were in the middle of talking about some awesome stretch goals that have been unlocked. Dixie, if you want to take back over for that.
I have no idea what I last said, but we're funding a companion book. We've got VTT tokens, we've got adventures, we've got a storyteller screen you can add on. We still have quite a few things in the works because, like, I kind of did a plan for the best, prepare for the worst situation with this one. So there's a lot more stretch goals planned. So we can definitely keep the hype going, which is very, very exciting. I hope we get through all of them just because I know what the last couple are and I want them. But even if we get through, I mean, even the ones we've got through have been amazing. So I'm so excited. Tell your friends about it. Back at $5 if you just want to read the manuscript for right now. Chapters 2 and 3 dropped today, which is character creation and exalt types. So if you want to read up on all 10 exalt types, you can do that as of right now, which means you can see what all of us are playing, plus all the ones that we aren't playing. I'm so excited about it, and the next few stretch goals are going to be great, and I can't wait. I've just been like staring at Kickstarter for the past 5 days. There was a minute where it felt like every time I looked away and looked back, it had gone up like $5,000, and I was like, "What's happening?" Like,
every time you hit F5, it just bumps up another, a couple $100.
Yeah. No, it's been a trip so far, and we're only on day 6, day 5. Like,
yeah,
it's been a real trip because there's a lovely thread over on RPG.net with people discussing it and saying nice things. The Exalted fan Discord has been impossible to keep up with, frankly. I know that one of our writers got up today and checked it and was like 1,500 new messages since I went to bed, and it's like, yeah, we're not reading all that. But yeah, no, it's great. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like you said, you can back at the $5, get the manuscript, and then once you realize how amazing this is, you can then change your pledge and back at like a physical level or get the full PDF kind of thing, right?
Yeah, we've got 3 different like single person levels to back at, like single book. You can get just the PDF. You can get the POD, which comes with the PDF. Or not the POD, but like standard hardcover version. Sorry, my bad. So the standard hardcover version, which will look like the POD, but will be a standard print run, just like Scion and Changeling the Lost and all of our other Kickstarters have done, all of the Exalted Kickstarters. And we're also doing a deluxe print run, which is, if you're familiar with the other Exalted Kickstarters from 3rd edition Lunars Dragonblooded, we do a deluxe like leatherette version that has foil stamped, foil pages, silk bookmarks, all that stuff. So it's really up to you how much you want to go in for. If you're a PDF only person and you don't want the deluxe, okay, cool. Like, don't buy it. But if you're like me and you like to have a shelf full of beautiful books that all match, then the deluxe might be what you want. So yeah. Somebody did ask just real quick what we're using for character sheets, and what we're using for character sheets is actually a sheet that Monica, I think, put together for the playtest that we did over Midwinter and a couple of other conventions that we've done, Metatopia, and a few others. So it's pretty much just a really fancy looking Word document that has all the values in it that you need. It's not as exciting as you might think it is. Although there is a really nice fan-made character sheet floating around in the Discords right now. So if you want like a legit character sheet, I think that the person who made it, Gavin, made it form fillable.
Oh.
I think they were going to. So definitely keep an eye on that, because like that's one of the last things we do in our process. So if you want a character sheet right now, you're gonna have to go fan made or make your own.
Still though, awesomeness.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for expanding on that, Dixie. I appreciate it. So yeah, let's now that we've heard about the Kickstarter, how amazing it's doing, and why you should hop on that Kickstarter hype train. Let's meet our Exalts that are playing tonight. That will give you a little bit of a preview of a live play into how this Exalted Essence works. So please, Exalts, introduce yourselves, who you are, where people can find you on the internet, and who you'll be playing tonight.
I was already talking, so I'll just go ahead and keep talking.
All right.
My name's Dixie Cochran. My pronouns are she, her. I am playing the character's name I always have to read. I am playing the thrice forsaken widow, Reese, in the Promise of Oblivion, who is a midnight cast abyssal. For those of you who don't know, abyssals have titles, not names, which is why my name is so long. All my friends can call me the Promise. And my pronouns in character are also she, her.
Hey everybody, I'm Ever. My pronouns are they, them, and you can find me all over the internet as Changeling Ever. Tonight I shall be playing Athanasios Meripen, whose pronouns are also they, them. They are a liminal of the Marrow. Cast? Aspect. Okay.
Hello, everybody. I am Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. My pronouns are he, him. Tonight, I am playing Inspiring Application of Technique and Leverage, otherwise known as Lev. I am an alchemical soul steel whose pronouns are they, them.
Hello all, my name is Devin. You can find me online at Sword of Sullied, and tonight I am playing Cyrus and his familiar Mavash, who is a Changing Moon Lunar.
Hey there, I am at Space Lord PJs, and I am playing Most August Rising Sun Fist, our bulky He-Man Solar Dawncasts.
Perfect. And Sean and Devin, if you could give the pronouns for your characters, please.
He, him.
He, him.
Perfect. Alrighty. Perfect. So before we delve into our story tonight, let's just take a brief moment to remember that many people in the world today are combating real-life monsters of their own. June is a month that is for men's health and improving overall quality of life through exercise, diet, and making a commitment to see a doctor. It's also National Safety Month. Identify things around the house that need repair, take a CPR class, or pack a first aid kit for the house and travel. And lastly, and most awesomely, it is LGBTQIA+ Pride Month. Many parades, workshops, and seminars will be happening all month, all over the world. Consider joining one to better educate yourself and become a better ally. And my last soapbox item before we get into the goodness. All these monthly causes I touch on throughout the year go to show that there are tons of friends, families, and strangers that have life just a little bit harder than you. So things like COVID can have a bigger impact on them than you. If you could do something as simple as maybe get a shot, wouldn't you and shouldn't you? As of May 12th, everyone over the age of 12 is allowed to get the COVID vaccine in the United States. Please consider signing up to do so. Alrighty, let's get into the goodness. I believe I volunteered them, but they also gave me a preamble, and it sounded great. We'll give a brief synopsis of what was covered last session.
Okay, this is coming off the top of my head. So last week... well, let me tell you something about last week. So we
Are you cutting a promo right now?
I was going to, but that was gonna fall apart so fast.
No, keep doing it.
Cut a promo.
Do it.
Lev, come on. Lev.
Do it.
So last week we put together the best group of five exiles I've ever seen. New stable's gonna run everything. Well, after our storyteller gave us a really great rundown of how these challenges are going to come at us, we got together. We discovered that before our official coming together, we actually overthrew a local tyrant in the area, returned back to our monastery, where we thought our teacher, our mentor, our manager, Thousand Eyes wanted to make sure that we still had what it took, and wanted to use us to make sure that the rest of the students knew exactly what to aim for, inspire them, as one might say. At which point we tested out our abilities on a very dangerous group of training dummies. And at that point, each one of us, turn by turn, round by round, showed exactly what it is that we could do. After this training exercise, Thousand Eyes, with a little bit of tough love, went off for the evening with some very cryptic remarks, which put us all in a little bit of discomfort. But we grouped together, we came together as one group of people. We talked about it. And through our connection, figured out we should go check on it. And we did. August stormed over to that chamber, knocked on his door, and asked, "Hey, Thousand Eyes, are you dying? Because we're concerned about you." Thousand Eyes said no. Everything seemed to be okay on our end, so we all went to bed. But it was then. Each and every one of us got a shock of our lives. Awoken by alert bells in the middle of the night, we ran to Thousand Eyes' chamber. It was there when we opened the door. We saw not one, not two, not three or four,
Five.
but five. That's right. It was 5 dragon blood, the hunting party, about 45 mortals behind them. They had raided our compound. They came into our home, took what was ours.
I mean, I don't live there.
Came into the place where we are currently sleeping for the evening, and took what was...
You guys sleep?
Came to the place where we are currently occupying the space of. And now they have Thousand Eyes. They have him knife to throat. And they're making some sort of declaration of war. A war that I don't think that they know what's going to bring upon their doorstep, because the five of us are going to rain down on them. Rain down justice, truth, possibly a little bit of violence. And that's where we left off. With Thousand Eyes at the knife of the dragon blood.
Thank you, Lev.
I tried.
You did a very good job, and I will actually let you have a stunt for your first roll.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So yes, you come into the main hall area that you had just had a wonderful, well, wonderful's putting it mildly, a wonderful for Thousand Eyes dinner and conversation and relaxation after being traveled on the road for so long. And you see the 5 Exalted of Dragon Blood, each representing one of the aspects: air, earth, fire, water, and wood. The other 45 soldiers stand around, all wearing the sigil of the House Lidal. And just as the blade slides across Thousand Eyes' throat, it's that slowing down of time, and you think it's just your reflexes or adrenaline kicking in, but things are actually slowing down. The blade that was going to be one quick movement across is moving millimeter by millimeter, agonizingly slow.
What about my movement?
What about your movement? Do you try to move?
Yeah, like if I try to make a leap for the knife, how am I moving?
So you also just kind of like testing it, seeing this effect happen. You also are moving millimeter by millimeter. You see there was a faint breeze. You felt it. There had been like a faint breeze moving through the room previously, and just the clothes and any ornaments or decorations on the soldier's armor move just so slowly. And you see where they had Thousand Eyes on his knees, a almost ghost-like version of him steps out of the body, walks towards all of you at normal speed. The time has come. I am the last, and this is a safeguard in case I had not had time to tell you. I am the last Solar. I protect one of the ancient defenses that goes back before the First Age, when the other Solars were either massacred or driven away or locked up. Many defenses fell, and things like the Great Contagion came through and decimated the world. The wild encroached upon creation. Many horrors were unleashed. My group, the wheel that turns amongst the sands, has been whittled down until it was just but I. And now, as you can see, and the blade is still moving slowly across his neck, and the beginnings of blood are starting to come down. It is my end as well. I do not know how, and he gestures to the group of 50 here, I do not know how they came to find out about me, or perhaps this is just unfortunate timing, a coincidence, but with my death, the last epoch will remain unguarded, will remain vulnerable, and there are those out there that know it exists and will attempt to use it for bad. That is why I have gathered you from the start, from when we first met, from when we first made you a group, from when we first set out on our first missions. The end was this. The goal was this. Your purpose is this. Not far from here is the housing of the last epoch. I ask that you go there, retrieve it, protect it. This goes above solar, lunar. This affects all Exalts. This affects all creation, mortal, immortal, divine. The dragon-blooded are too focused on their wild hunt. It is up to all of you to put aside differences and do this last thing for me. Soon this power of mine will end, and I will be able to distract them long enough for you all to slip away. I'm not saying that you are weak or cowards, that you cannot fight these, and once again gestures, enemies. But now is not the time. I'm sure they will try to follow you, attempt to track you down. But it is most important that you do what I have asked of you first. Will you do this for me? When you go to speak, you are able to speak normally. You were able to speak normally.
I'm like just trying to move my hand. I can get to you.
No, you cannot, Lev. My time has come. I have accepted this. I have lived longer than almost any I know. I accept this. I need you to accept it too.
Why can't we kill them all?
By the time you are done with them, and it is not without saying that potentially there would be casualties amongst you, I fear that whatever power set this in motion, whatever power sold me out, whatever power told these enemies here of my true identity, will have gotten to the last epoch before you. There is no time to waste. Time is critical.
I want to hurt them so much.
And I do not doubt that you will get your opportunity to, Augie. But now, you must do something more important. And I know this will be difficult for you, as you do not none of you back down from a fight. But I tell you, the fight is elsewhere right now.
Release us, end this, and we'll see what happens.
Farewell. And he kind of sits back down into his body, and the blade that had been going about a quarter or so across his throat, everything just speeds up at once. The blade finishes its cut, but as it does, more blood does not come out. But instead, it's almost as if a radiant sun had suddenly been put into this room, as if the star itself erupts from his neck and fills the entire room with the pure energy and light of a star. As his anima flares for the last time, everyone except you are blinded, and it's not just like their eyes are seared, almost burned. You hear screams of agony as everyone is just clutching at their eyes, unable to do anything. What do you guys do?
Does it look like there's another? What does it look like is the path of escape out of here?
I mean, you could just go out the front door. Like anybody that was like kind of like barring any doors, they're just kind of like just grabbing their eyes in agony right now. It'd be very easy to just kind of push past anybody in your way.
I'll whisper out, since we all seem to be kind of coming in the same door, just like, just go. However, there were mortals in here, right?
Yes.
Can I grab one on the way out?
Sure.
Okay. I will I'll literally just like, snatch and put him in a hold, but then just like fireman carry him out. I'll knock his head on the door on the door frame on the way.
Sure.
But
severely concussed and knocked out. Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm gonna one up that. I have a power that basically says, without needing to roll, defeat up to the Dawn's essence and extras. So Augie's just gonna grab one of these dudes and use them as a hammer to like burst out through the side of the building and then jump through and escape.
Okay, I like it. So you just kind of take this guy and just bash him into the wall, and you hear all the sickening crunches of all of his bones breaking simultaneously, and you just kind of flop him down on the ground as you jump out the hole, and you just kind of, it's like this very wet flesh sound as it smacks against the ground. That guy will probably never get back up again.
That's a shame.
So anybody who is fleeing might notice that the promise is not, she is watching the death scene. She's having trouble tearing her eyes away. And also, I have a question for the storyteller.
Yes.
Who appeared to be the leader of the Wild Hunt? Who was the one that actually slit the throat or gave the orders?
There was like real no orders given, but the one who slit the throat was the air essence. Exalted.
In that case, I would like you to tell me that character's greatest losses, disappointments, and sorrows.
Okay.
That's my propaganda effect.
All right. Greatest losses, sorrows, and...
Or just one major one if you don't want to like go through the whole thing.
Sure.
Something I can use to hurt him later.
It would have to be the fact that his father commanded him to go out on this wild hunt to, prove himself, as it's been his family has this tradition of, you're not a real dragon-blooded until you've killed your solar. Mm-hmm. And he's been on several hunts, several failures, and the fact that he has had to team up with these other dragon-blooded, so many at once, is weighing on him, and he feels that he is a failure. And even if he does, even the killing of this solar that was gifted to him, basically, is he knows it's not a worthy kill. It's not an actual kill that his family will appreciate.
Juicy.
Alrighty.
If I realize that you're not pulling yourself away, then I'll pull you away to make sure that you start getting dragged out. And as I'm leaving, I'm going to spit on the ground and commit a mote so that I can have my cunning anglerfish decoy pop up, which is basically just another of me, so that when they all look at the only one that's left at the end, I'm just going to have that decoy and then vanish.
All right, I like it. Athanasios, are you going as well?
Seems like there's no other choice, unfortunately.
Okay. So you all start racing out the compound, one of you being dragged slightly against your will. But other than that, you're able to, once you get past the gates you'd walked through earlier, visions start to flicker across all of your eyes. And as you're running, it's less you're seeing the actual surroundings and more of just kind of these guided run here, this direction, go through these woods, the giant oak with the twisted center, angle to the right. And just kind of it's very confusing. Like you're not sure what's reality and what's like kind of being shown to you until you finally come across a large tower in the middle of the forest. And you had been running for hours, and you come across this tower, and you look at it closely, and you can see that it's an old clock tower. It's been here for years and years, abandoned, clearly crumbling in places, and very disrepaired. Looks like nobody has taken care of it in a very long time. Looks like nobody even lives here or anything like that. But you were very clearly brought here for a reason. You can see there's tracks and signs of wild beasts that have passed through here at some points. Other than that, there's no clear sign of a human presence.
Except for one, I got this guy on my back.
It's true, yeah. So it's kind of a moment where like you're all just like, even for Exalts, running for hours on end is quite tiring. But Lev just kind of flops down this, sixth body, and you kind of all look, and you're just like, oh.
I got one.
Oh, you brought spare parts.
Yeah, I guess
Why
I did.
did you bring him?
So that we can find out more information.
He's still he's starting to come to consciousness, but he is heavily concussed. So he's just kind of like blinking rapidly. His eyes are still burning from the effect Thousand Eyes did. So he's just like basically blind, very disoriented, not sure what's going on. So he doesn't even know like you're like if you guys are friend or foe. So he's just kind of like, where are we?
The woods.
Okay, are we back at camp? I don't smell any cooking fires.
I look around.
Yes, we are back at camp. Just have a terrible sense of smell right now.
Yeah, no. All I remember was a big flash. My eyes felt like they were literally on fire, and then my head got bashed in. I don't remember anything after that.
Oh,
I'm still having trouble seeing.
I won't be able to use your eyes then.
What? Am I like on lookout duty tonight?
You're an idiot, boy.
Well, that's.
Do you remember what you were doing before the flash of light?
Yeah, we had surrounded that solar and we were gonna kill him, and then I don't know, something weird happened. Did we get him?
There is no we, boy. We have you.
He kind of like he's squinting really hard, and he's like, you can tell he's like trying to like make out like shapes, but just like, wait. And he's like now he's listening. He's like, it's very. Where is everyone? Who are you people?
We're your worst nightmare.
Because you killed our friend.
Oh my god! It's you guys got away.
Of course we got away, infant.
Listen, I'm a soldier, and I was hired, and they. Oh god, you're gonna kill me! Oh god! Oh god!
Probably.
Oh god! And as you say that, he just bursts into tears. He's like, oh god!
Question: did I terrify him?
Oh, absolutely. This guy.
Replenishing my essence. Cruel banquet for the
This
win.
guy is seconds away from peeing himself.
Excellent. That's literally how I replenished my essence. So.
Awesome.
Nice.
It's like, oh god, I've never died. There's no way you guys are gonna let me go. Oh my god, just kill me now, please. Make it quick. I beg you, please.
Quick
Yeah,
deaths are
hey,
not
we're-
pleasing.
We're
Yeah,
not gonna kill you as long as you answer all of our questions appropriately.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Cyrus.
I
kinda
said
pathetic.
appropriate. I said
don't-
appropriately.
I don't know much. I was
That's
tapped
obvious.
to go on a hunt. I was tapped to go on a hunt, and when you're told to go on a hunt, you go on a hunt. Oh god, oh god.
House
Who-
Ladal sending their finest, I see.
Who tasked?
Like kind of like he kind of like subconsciously reaches for the crest on his arm. He's just like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Ooh, crest. What is the crest of?
House Ladal.
House
Okay.
Ladal.
Okay.
Which I didn't know this, so I know a lot of you aren't pro Exalted players. House Ladal is there are many houses that make up the kind of ruling once the Crimson Empress.
Scarlet.
Scarlet Empress. I don't know why I was going to say Crimson. Scarlet Empress. She kind of rules this with like this iron fist and pits all these houses against themselves. So they're too busy going against themselves to like coup her. It's kind of genius, really.
But also 5 years ago, she disappeared.
Yes. So now the houses are kind of like looking who's going to make the first move, kind of thing. And House Ladal, however, doesn't really care about the politics. They're like, whatever, you guys can have the throne. We're out here trying to kill all these other Exalted. That's our purpose. Is we're just going to go kill Exalted. Solar's dead. Lunar's dead. If you're not dragon blooded, you're going to die. So good people.
So they're the murder hobo house.
They're more like
They're
the
more-
zealot we hate
Yeah.
Solar's house.
Yeah, they're like
They're
dragon
like,
blooded in
anathema,
general. Like
anathema. Like,
yeah, dragon blooded in general. Like ew, Solar, you guys suck. These guys are like, no, we will murder you on sight, no questions asked. Like, and we then not only that, we will purposely spend our entire existences hunting you down.
also keep in mind that in creation there are like 25,000 dragon blooded and like 100 Solars.
Yeah.
And like a couple hundred Lunars. Like dragon blooded make up the most of the Exalts, but they're also only really as powerful as the other ones in groups. That was our detour into dragon blooded history.
That's awesome.
Which is why, as the Promise found out, that specifically would be hanging heavy on a Exalt of House Ladal. That the fact that they haven't killed a Solar is that'd be like that's like their thing, and the fact that he's like hasn't done it yet, and even though he's gift horse this the Solar, he still kind of screwed it up. So yeah.
So, your House Ladal, perfectly fine. I mean, not, but okay. My question for you: who let you in to the monastery?
No one. No. You guys weren't expecting us. How could you just? We were given the information where to go, how to get there. It's just we were told it was just the old man and a couple acolytes.
Who told you?
I don't know. The bosses told us. The Exalts. They told us where to go.
You mean the 5 that were with you?
Yes. Those guys.
What are their names?
You
Don't know their names.
I don't. They told us to call them Commander. That's it.
You would die for them. You went into a situation in which you could get your flesh rent from your bones.
They say jump. I say how high.
Ugh, infant.
Probably not very.
You think we could turn this one into snacks?
You're gonna eat me? Oh my god! It's true what they say. You guys are cannibals. Oh my god.
Oh no. Augie's not a cannibal, but I do replace my parts sometimes. So if you ever happen not to need a limb, I'll gladly take it.
Oh my god.
For the record, I would eat him.
You're gonna put me down.
In other words, what Athanatos is saying,
Athanasios.
Athanasios is saying is, could you give them a hand?
He just like clutches his. Oh my god! Just
Cyrus.
stop it! Just kill me! Just kill me!
Cyrus,
What?
would it not be helpful to our later ventures for you to take his form?
True. That might be useful.
You could take my form? What does that even mean?
He has to drink your heart's blood.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
He's done it
okay.
before.
You'll be fine. You can do
Just like
without
he's
half
like
your
he's.
blood,
I
right?
assume you kind of like threw him on the ground, and he just kind of like rapidly like doing that thing where like you back up on all fours like while you're still on the ground. You know like almost immediately like bumps into a tree. He's like, oh my god! I'm sorry! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! And he's like cowering to the tree.
That's a tree.
Oh god! What if he was a walking tree? Oh my god!
No, you ran into a tree because you were an infant.
This guy
Crawling
kinda
around
sucks.
on the ground, mewling. Red.
This is starting to get egregious. Do what you're going to do to him, and let's move on, please.
Cyrus, drink his heart's blood.
Alright, I'll just do it in a simpler way.
Can you take it in another room? It's kind of gross.
Can I watch?
Oh, well, I'm just gonna go over here.
Since it's a form of my choosing, I just straight out pull out a coin. Alright, heads or tails?
What?
Heads or tails?
Tails?
Flick the coin, lands on heads. Nope, sorry, you're mine now.
What?
Our game is over.
What? Can't you just let me go? I won't tell anyone. I won't say anything.
You sure won't.
So what happened to this power?
Please tell.
So-
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
10,000 forms. Basically, I have access to a sacred hunt which I can choose at creation. As long as I can outwit or beguile the target, the hunt can be successful, and I add their target, or I add their shape to my setup
Arsenal of shapes. Yeah.
Yes, set of shapes I know. And in this case, I just decided he's already scared shitless. There is no real need to do anything but outwit him, and simply outwitting him by telling him, you lose the hunt.
So does anything negative happen to him?
It doesn't say that anything negative happens.
No, if you're
to
not
him.
doing like a drink the heart's blood one, doesn't have
Yeah.
to. But we probably should
Okay.
still kill him.
Yeah, I just figured we'd
So you say it to him, and he just kind of like waits, and he's just like clenched, like waiting for whatever this heart's blood thing you said was going to happen. And he's just like, oh god.
And then if Cyrus wants to, he can just turn into him.
That's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna pop up, change into his shape, and just say, thank you.
Well, remember, he still can't really see.
Oh, okay. Well, it'll be in his voice then.
Oh,
Thank you.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, you're already gone.
What did you do?
You're already dead.
We don't need two of them, do we?
Now, the thing is, since he believes every lie I will tell him, now he thoroughly believes he's dead.
Yeah, and he's just kind of like, what? Not dead? And he kind of like reaches out, like he hears your voice right next to him. He kind of like stumbles and like reaches out for you to like try to touch you to see if like he has a physical form.
I will smack his hand out of the air and say, don't you touch me with your ghoulish hands.
Yeah, they'd be fun. Just leave this guy walking around for eternity, just like thinking he's dead.
That was kind of my plan.
That's
Yeah.
meaner than what I was going to do.
He'll
Mine
die
was going
eventually.
to be beautiful.
He just kind of like he like falls forward after you slap his hand away and like kind of like eats it, and he's just kind of like fetal positions, and he's just like crying on the ground now.
All right, the promise. You know that I know that you like this part better. So, I make the motion.
So the promise is just going to take him into the woods for a little bit, and you might hear some screams, but It takes a few minutes because one of my major intimacy is that death is beautiful and must be savored. It's clearly his time to die. So.
Think they're playing chess out there?
It's this weird thing where the promise takes your captive out there, and they almost like they start by just kind of picking him up and putting their arm around his shoulder, and just kind of like you see Promise whispering into his ear, and you see him kind of almost like do that thing where he puts his shoulders back and he feels like the weight of the world is off of him, and he kind of walks with confidence out into the woods. And there's a brief kind of silence, and then you hear a laugh that comes from him, and then a laugh that comes from the promise, and then one long scream from him. And then about 2 or 3 minutes later, the promise comes back.
And she is blood spattered. Like she had murdering.
But I assume with just like the most wicked grin on your face.
Actually, I would say that she looks more like wrapped. Like this is her religion, kind of. Like this is beautiful to her. So she's like, we thank you for bringing him love. We made something beautiful together at the end.
Yeah,
Look at
it was great.
Paul.
All right, good job, everybody. We all did a really good job. Played to our strengths, and we're here. Look, we're here.
We need to get into this
All of you
now?
subconsciously know not to go out into those woods ever.
No. That was a bit extreme, but I like it. Good effort all around.
Love, that is beautiful.
I'd have liked to have seen it, but
You can come next time. I don't mind.
that would be
friends.
exquisite.
So, building, middle of nowhere.
What did the what's the door situation look like on the building?
So it looks like where the entryway would be, there's kind of a key arch there. There is a ton of rubble from higher up in the tower that has fallen down and covered that archway. Very large pieces of rock that has now kind of very much mossed over, and vines kind of growing in between the little holes in the boulders that cover up where the entryway would be. You look up and kind of it's this weird circular top with the semicircle that's fallen away and fallen in front of the entryway. But then you see the clock of the clock tower up there seems to be unblemished. And you actually see that the minute hand is trying to move, but it can't. So it looks like, in some way, a shape or form, the clock part of this tower is somewhat operational. At least it's at least ticking. It's not able to advance or have the correct time or anything like that, but something about the tower is operational.
Does it look like we should be able to climb up the rubble, or do we have to find a way through and then we can go up once we're inside?
Yeah, it looks like the rubble is completely covering the door that you would open to go inside the tower.
Right, but it's not completely filling up the bottom floor of the tower or anything.
Right. Yeah. So it'd be covering the outside area of the tower. So you could attempt to scale up the tower up to where that kind of circular top is that the rubble fell from, and you could potentially enter there.
I have a much better way.
Okay.
So the promise will walk up to it. She will touch the tower. It will spend 3 will. And I stamp my foot. And either any portal within a single structure that is blocked by materials less durable than steel is violently destroyed.
Oh.
And if there is no door, a sorcerer-sized hole appears.
I like that it specifies violently destroyed.
Yes, the spell is called the Violent Opening of Closed Portals.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
So if you're standing in a castle, you can stamp your foot and shatter every window, door in the whole place at once.
Nice.
I also like how it says the sorcerer-sized hole would appear.
It says a roughly sorcerer-sized hole. I am reading the charm or the spell.
I know. I'm just picturing somebody like Juggernaut-sized.
I mean, yeah, if you're a really big sorcerer, it's a much larger hole than if you are the Promise. But it's big enough that we could all duck and get in there at least, you know?
So
The promise, that was amazing.
the first effect goes off, and all that rubble that had fallen in front of the door just kind of starts shaking, and it's almost like a pitchfork. It starts violently. You just hear a hum start to come out of it, and then just one motion, it all disintegrates into little bits of sand and pebbles, and almost erupts like a volcano outwards. And then just kind of there's a moment, and then it falls down on all of you like rain. And it's just like it's like up like a peanut-sized pebble like falling on some of your heads. You're just like ouch. But the door is now unblocked.
Should I go in first?
That was an excellent opening of a door. Very thorough.
Path to the door.
Allow me, I'm more replaceable.
Oh, but I can go unseen.
Oh.
You can all come in right behind me. So I'm also going to commit a moat and turn on Shadow Cloak. Which is it nighttime or daytime?
We'll cut it in half. Well, no, you woke up in the middle of the night and ran for a couple hours. It's almost daybreak.
Okay. So currently, if it's still currently nighttime, anybody who's trying to perceive me has a 5 success penalty out to short range.
Okay. We'll say it's just about to be dawn.
Well, then at that point, it goes down to a 3 success penalty.
Okay. Still pretty significant. Okay. So
I will creep inside and kind of like try to stay along the wall and just see what's what in there.
Sure. So you do that thing where you just barely open the door just enough to kind of slide in. You keep your back to the door.
There isn't a door anymore. The door is violently gone.
Oh, it destroys the door too?
Yeah. No. It destroys
I thought it was just.
No. Every single portal in the entire structure is gone.
Oh, I thought it was just the debris covering. Okay. All right.
There are no windows. There are no doors,
okay.
And there are no iron bars or anything. It's a husk now.
Okay. So you just kind of dip into the entryway where the door was, kind of do that thing where you just hug yourself against the wall and start to slide around it. This kind of entryway to the clock tower is rather small, actually, as the clock tower from the outside also looks pretty small. It's more vertical than it is horizontal. And in this room immediately, there doesn't seem to be anything. In fact, it's almost like a very small entry where like all it is basically like stairs that go up and stairs that go that would go down, but you try to look at the stairs going down, it's just darkness. It's not just like lack of light, it's just existence ends almost.
So I don't hear anybody smell anything.
No.
Okay.
No, as far as you can tell, as abandoned as it looked to be from the outside, it appears to be that way, at least in this entry room.
I will poke my head back out, and I will uncommit the moat and drop stealth, and just probably freak all of y'all out, kind of a little bit. It's fun. I don't see anyone. If you want to join me.
Yes.
Sounds good.
There is a terrifying void.
A void?
Come look at the void.
I would like to look at the void.
Okay, so all of you who'd like to can enter into. It's a little bit of it's not like you guys are packed in like sardines, but it is kind of tight. It's starting to warm up. The room's starting to warm up just from your body heat in here already. But the promise points out the stairs that would go down, if not for the fact that there's just darkness.
Do I have anything that can just mess with darkness? Sean, you're a Solar, right?
Yeah.
Can you
Shine some light on the matter.
shine some light? Yeah, that's literally what I was about to say.
Uh,
August.
Hmm.
There's some darkness over here.
That's unfortunate.
Did you just call him August? How do you feel about that, Augie? Someone used your actual name.
It's part of. I mean, it's a little overly familiar, but there's some darkness, so that's got to be taken care of, right? I don't have anything that specifically is just like light up a room. I could punch
You
the
have
darkness.
a winning smile.
Would you like to punch the darkness?
I feel like you have gloves made of like lava that would
Yeah,
probably give
so-
off some kind of glow.
He's gonna say, "I could punch the darkness," and
Do
then
it.
just erupt the gloves and just power them up, and then like just doing air battle fist and trying to get them revved up, and then they start to glow. And he just holds his hands out, just like sort of like weird flashlights.
You could also just get pissed off and start glowing.
No, I don't want to do that just yet. It's just darkness.
Okay, so the gloves that you have, kind of more almost like wraps, start to glow orangish red, kind of the color a coal gets when it's very hot, and then all of a sudden light starts to come out of them, and you point them towards the darkness. It doesn't seem to do anything. It doesn't dissipate or go away or reveal anything new.
Wait, so the darkness doesn't go away?
It does not go away.
Oh, well, then I'm going to get pissed off, and then I actually am going to start, like, just revving up my solar powers.
Assign 10 motes and see what happens.
Yeah,
You
I
have
just,
10 motes.
I'm literally going to assign all the motes for just random reasons.
Or 5
5 motes. 5 motes. 5 motes are assigned.
What are you committing them to do?
I don't...
Do something
I'm committing them to... Let's see, where are those powers?
at the bottom of your sheet.
It's charms.
I mean, yeah, so the anima powers are above that, but like the charms, which are the main things that you commit motes for. But there are also anima powers.
All right. Behemoth Slaying Attitude. Commit 2 motes. For the scene, enemies with legendary size take a 3 dice penalty to attack the solar. So this legendary size darkness apparently has a 3 dice penalty to attacking me.
All right, good to know. Good to know. I'll take away 3 of the dice from its pool. All right.
Okay.
Does it have a pool?
It has a pool of darkness.
It is a epic size pool of darkness. Okay, so spend 1 mote, double the extra success after applying defense. But yeah, okay, so this is excellent strike. So I'm just excellently striking, like just precisely striking the darkness, trying to light it up. And then that's 3 fists of iron technique. So yeah, I just spend 2 motes of that to just turn my fist into molten iron, and just yeah. So I have activated 5 motes.
All right. And would you like to describe what your anima looks like now?
At this point, he's just a blazing sun of lava fire. Like his muscles just ripple with like, you know, like when you look at something hot, like it just looks like his muscles are rippling that way. But then there's like, you know, when you see the veins, but the veins just look like flowing crags of magma, and like his eyes are just blazing, and his hair is actually like molten flaming lava at this point.
And you're kind of giving off that heat wave effect where it just distorts. And it's not just like distorting the air or vision. Reality is almost kind of distorted around you as just all the pure heat that is coming off of you.
Would you
is
say that
intensely amazing?
Darkness?
So you kind of just like, it's almost like a Hulk moment where you're like kind of move. You put your hands towards it at first. You're like, ha, darkness, I'm a solar, and then like nothing happens. You just like punch it, and then nothing happens. You're like, okay, now I'm getting pissed, and just and just the heat and what was already kind of getting a little warm in here. All of you take like a couple steps back towards the door, as it is very steamy in here now. But
I want to push him into the darkness. so bad right now.
Oh,
and
no,
just
like, he would
treat
start-
him like a flare.
He's just walking into the darkness. Just he's pissed. He
Okay.
hates it.
God.
So you just like and then you just like start like it's a walk at first, and then you just start bull rushing in full on like head forward, like bad tackling technique, going straight into the darkness. And as he does that, Augie disappears.
Like, we don't see his super bright anima essence?
Oh, it's super bright, and as he goes into the darkness, like literally as each part of him touches the darkness, he disappears.
Huh.
Like in WandaVision. Athanasios, touch it. Touch the void. Look at the void. I want to know what the void does.
It's amazing, but
We should go in the void.
well, we don't know where it goes, but then again,
Augie's there. We like Augie.
we do like Augie, mostly.
Let's go hang
He's
out
very
in the void
warm.
with Augie.
Okay.
Okay.
And Athanasius will just go in and adventure the void because this is a thing that must be poked and explored.
Yeah, same. I'm just gonna walk into the void.
As you both do, almost hand in hand, you can't. You're just like Augie did it. And you just very confidently just attempt to follow right behind him, and it's almost like it's not abruptly like you run into a glass door and you kind of like bonk off of it and fall back. It's just kind of like this slowing down. It's almost like you're moving through molasses or something, and you just can't like your foot is like kind of in the first little block of where that darkness is. You kind of like it's difficult. You're like fighting against it, and you can kind of reach your hand out and touch the darkness, but you're not able to go any further. You're not able to charge right through like Augie was.
Promise kicks it. Stupid void.
You attempt to kick it once again, just like you get close to it, and then like
Kicking at it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like trying to
Angry.
like step your foot through it.
No. She's being petulant.
Gotcha.
Kind of like when you kick your car when your car won't start, and you're like, "Damn car!" Yeah, she's just like, "Fucking darkness."
Augie.
Sorry.
Augie. As
Yes.
you just bull rush through this darkness, you're like, son of a bitch, I'll swing in a car. You just run through it. You unhindered, like full speed run through, and then you just smack into a wall, kind of do that thing where you just like, okay, now I'm extra pissed. And you look around, and you are actually at the top of the clock tower. You can tell because that area that was kind of blasted out, that had fallen in front of the door, that's how you can tell where you are. And you're actually up near the clock's face. And you see that there are levers that control the gears that seem to be able to manipulate the hour and minute hands.
I really just want to punch the clock at this point.
Punch the clock. Punch the clock. Wait, that's actually a phrase. It's not exciting at all.
Oh yeah, no.
Don't go to work.
Beat
Sport
the
labor.
time. Beat the time.
Beat the time. There you go. I'm going to beat the time.
Okay.
You said the hour hand looks like it can't move or doesn't want to move.
It looks like the minute hand is kind of like it like goes like a minute or two, then something like forces it back. But you see that you looks like you could operate them both here.
Augie's gonna run up and punch the minute hand in the direction it's supposed to go.
Direction it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So clockwise.
She's kind of like,
Don't get technical on me. It's the direction the clock goes.
Clockwise.
Again, I know. I don't.
No,
You're making
not
you're making up
clockwise.
words.
The opposite of counterclockwise.
Right,
Counter
the-
anti-clockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Counter
That's
to
it.
the way it's
But
supposed to go.
What if you've got a clock on the counter, so it would be counterclockwise?
For your counterclock.
Exactly.
I'm still stuck like counterclockwise.
I don't even know what that means. I punched the clock. No,
You You are now making $7.25 an hour.
Man,
Exalted has terrible minimum wage in creation.
Damn.
food service. What am I doing?
No, if you're in food service, you're making $2.15 plus tips.
I need to.
Yeah.
I need to. No, I'm like at one of those ones. No, I'm still making $2.15 with tips. God damn it. Okay, I'm over here working at Essence Target or something. I don't know.
At the hot dog counter.
At the hot dog counter. There we go. Now I'm hungry. Shit. Okay. So yeah, I punch the minute hand clockwise. Apparently that's a word.
All right, and just kind of do this like shoryuken. That's like shoryuken, and the minute hand just zzz, and it spins rapidly, and the hour hand starts moving. Nothing seems to happen.
Also, aren't your fists still made of lava?
Yeah, they are. So
Like as you punch into the clock hand, like it doesn't melt all the way through like you'd expect it to. Like you see, there's a slight kind of distortion to the minute hand, but it's not like completely ruined.
Oh. Huh.
If you listen closely, is it screaming? Is it soul steel?
No, it's not screaming. But as the hours keep going by, and like it has, like you laid into it as a solar exalt, so you put some oomph into the punch. So you did expect at the minute and hour hand to travel a couple of times, but it's just going and going and going and going with way more momentum than it should have. And you notice that the tower around you see the vines are starting to grow thicker and the moss on it thicker. And you see that like the stones are starting to become more porous as they're eroded away, and there's larger holes forming, and more pieces are crumbling off this top area that you're on.
Is that happening where we are too?
Yes, so you look around and you see that the wooden stairs that were going up are starting to get eaten away, like from termite damage and water damage and things like that. You also see the accelerated growth of all of the greenery on the tower as well.
I think Augie fucked up time.
I know he did.
Kind of as like you look out the door, or the door, the hole the promise made, and to see if this is happening. It just seems to only be affecting just the clock tower.
Are we
So, like,
aging
this
visibly?
you look at yourselves, you're like, oh my god,
Like,
what did
is,
Augie
my
do?
hair growing? Like, is
No.
anything happening? Okay.
No,
right.
it's not. It seems to only be affecting the building itself. Yeah, you all have that moment of like, oh my god, did Augie just kill us? As you look for wrinkles, but no,
I'd be fine.
it's true. You would be fine.
That must be fine for a few thousand years. We're all.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
stitches might come undone.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
picture you unraveling like Sally from Nightmare. Stuffing.
I fall to pieces.
So I look up. Is there a way to climb this tower? Oh, you said there were stairs going
There's
up.
stairs.
Yeah, there's going up. They are, however, rapidly becoming more and more treacherous.
Awesome.
I know who can go up that. A ferret.
I was about to say, I'm just gonna turn into a ferret, and me and Mavash are just gonna scurry up the side.
Okay. Just give me a base check to do that, which would probably this isn't automatic, as time is changing and holes are forming and stairs are falling away and things like that, and the rock is becoming slicker from all the mold and whatnot.
Probably
So give
finesse
me-
athletics.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, I don't try to
Okay.
preempt you. I've just been
No,
living in this game
no,
for 2
no.
years.
Please, absolutely, I will accept any and all help. I am here to show that Exalted Essence is great for new storytellers, but that means that I'm not super familiar with all the abilities. So yes, please chime in at all time.
Alright, so... I'm sure I got this alright, so that's... 3 dice on athletics, 3 dice on finesse. And that is, I don't remember. 10s are 2 or explode?
10s are 2.
Okay, so that's 2, 3, 4, 4 successes.
Okay. You needed 3, so 4 successes. You and your familiar Mavash are able to quite successfully. Are you using the stairs, or are you kind of just using the wall itself?
Oh, we're using the walls.
Okay, so you're able to go up the walls, and you do see like the stairs like kind of rapidly and several steps like kind of fall away and go down to the ground, and the rest of you on the ground floor kind of edge towards the hole to make sure you're not hit with any falling debris. But the two of you are able to climb up as you see Augie kind of just standing there looking at the arms spin, just like,
Augie! Augie!
Two ferrets address you.
Oh no, the first ferret's addressing him. Augie! Augie! The other one addresses him. Stop it!
He just reaches out for one of the hands and tries to catch it and hold it.
Okay, give me athletics and either force or fortitude to kind of like. This thing is moving pretty fast, and you're trying to stop the Price is Right wheel right now.
Is it making that sound? Is it going tick 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 tick?
Unfortunately, it doesn't have the awesome. Yeah, it doesn't have that awesome sound.
Does it have a place where you can win $1?
It has a place where you can age the tower into dust, and then you guys have nowhere to go. So,
what's the number to
you
beat?
didn't punch the hour hand.
Yeah, right.
That 7s wins.
Okay.
Wins. 7s are successes.
Double, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 4 successes.
Awesome. Okay. That is exactly what you needed to. You just kind of time it, and you just watch it go, and just one quick motion. You just catch the minute hand, and you can you have to, it takes some you're straining, you have to fight, but eventually
He's
stops.
trying to look cool the whole time and just straining with one arm and just yeah, I caught it.
It's that one little sweat bead comes down. You're like, yeah, no, this is really easy. Don't worry.
Yeah, I got this.
While you're trying to make it look as cool as possible with straining, I'll just now go backwards.
So you're holding it, and you feel the resistance finally start to ebb away, and then you let go, and it kind of reverts back to the same point where the minute hand was struggling to continue.
But the tower's still in its dilapidated state? Okay.
Punch the hour hand counterclockwise. Make the tower new again.
Okay. Just rear it up and.
I'm not even there. I'm just giving you advice from
Yeah, no, I was the one who said now go backwards. As you were trying to look super cool.
A voice on the wind. Hit it counterclockwise, dumbass.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it counterclockwise on the hour hand.
Just kind of another Shoryuken, and hit the hour hand, and just Price is Right wheel. And the damage you had caused slowly starts to go back to where it was, and then it starts getting even newer and newer and newer and newer. And then kind of the dust that had landed around you from the Promises spell starts to coalesce and come together and start to form back into solid pieces that are blocking the doorway again. But then another couple of who knows how long, but the hour's hand still spinning, they start to rise back up, form back, and cause the tower to be whole again. The rest of you see that darkness slowly start to ebb and fade away. And then
my void.
Then it's completely gone, and you're able to see the stairs downward. And eventually, the hour hand this time, as opposed to just continuing on and on and on and on, it stops. And then you watch as the minute hand finally moves past where it was stuck and is now able to. It's not got the correct time, but it is able to showcase time correctly now.
It doesn't have the correct time, but it does correct time.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Love. Tell Augie they did the thing. Just yell.
August.
August, August.
The void is gone. Do a backflip from the top of the tower.
Void is gone. Do a
Cool.
backflip, flip.
Oh, fuck yeah, he'll do it back.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We are exiles. We can do shit like that.
Yeah, that's easy.
Like,
That'd be easy.
what's really not upsetting, but like what's really awesome / sad at the same time is that I did have powers like this, I would just be doing backflips off of things. Because backflips are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, without even having to roll for it, Aki, you're able to just very easily just
Exalted, basically.
backflip onto the ground. You kind of have to do the Superman landing pose, punch into the ground a little bit, and there's a small like shockwave that comes out from your landing.
You do a superhero landing, like a 3-point.
3-point, but then he bounces up into like a little twirl and then like bows in front of everybody and just like, yeah.
So he's like a rhythmic gymnast, but also a superhero.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, cool. I'm into that.
All right. You're all able to see that the void covering the stairs is now gone.
I wanted to touch the void.
You try.
It's close.
Augie, why did you get rid of the void?
Put it back if you want.
Gonna scurry
Maybe after we're
downstairs.
All right.
How did you get through?
Sheer force of will.
I refuse to believe you have more will than I do.
I punched it real hard.
Oh, I can't do that. Okay.
Right.
He's hotter than you.
But you gave it a really
That's
good kick, I
patently
promise.
untrue. I've had 3 husbands.
Temperature-wise.
Oh, that's true. I'm not very.
Shall we continue downstairs and find the...
The
Epush.
power that should not be.
Yes.
The
Lead the
unnameable
way,
power
love.
that should not exist.
It's called a clock, Augie.
Doesn't sound right.
Wait,
Lev, lead the way.
wait, is the... No, it has to be downstairs. The clock's not the thing, right? I mean, it does control time.
If the
Like I
clock's
said.
the thing, why was the void protecting the downstairs?
That's a good point. And I'll just start walking down the stairs.
Do you have like all your retainers with you, or are they waiting outside?
I was gonna ask Patty that on the break, actually. So, like, what happened with my followers when
You
we
just
had to
like
run
a group
hours?
of dudes that hang
Yes,
out with
I have
you.
like 100 people that just follow me around.
That's right. I totally forgot about that.
I wasn't gonna bring it up because I'm not trying to derail anything.
Maybe they're catching up with us.
Yeah,
after
like
we
they're
left.
like a couple hours behind us.
We're a lot
marching.
faster than they are.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I feel like as part of you being what's the official name for your Exalt again?
A
What's that?
soul steel, alchemical soul steel.
Alchemical. I was going to say alchemical, but I didn't want to botch it. As being an alchemical, I feel like part of that is you just kind of give off like this, the exalted version of like a radio wave that all of your followers just kind of like tune into, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, he's over there."
Am I closed circuit TV?
I feel like to your buddies, yeah, you are.
Okay.
Somebody make an alchemical whose name acronyms to CCTV, please.
Yes,
Oh.
that needs to happen.
Oh, I might have to rework this character's name for next week.
The name is perfect.
It is. It is.
So yeah, we'll say they're en route.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good with that. So yes, I do. What happened to my background? I do have several followers en route.
All right. So yes, you are all able to start going down the stairs towards the unknown, but you believe where Thousand Eyes has guided you to go. And we will see what lies down below when we come back from a break. It's about 10:30. It's already about 10:30. We'll take a quick 10-minute break, so we'll be back at 10:38 Eastern Standard Time. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back for more Exalted Essence awesomeness. You know what you can do in the break? You know what you can do in the break is you can go back to Kickstart. Just saying. Hello and welcome back, all of you new Kickstarter backers, because I'm sure you took my advice and you backed it while we were on break, right? Yeah, I know you did. All right, so we're going to pick over right where we left off, hot right back into the hotness that is Exalted Essence, as our wonderful Exalts, having figured out how to clear the void of darkness covering the stairs down further into this location. Yes, Lev?
Would August actually be the hotness here right now?
I feel like that's probably his promotion name.
Yeah, the hotness.
Augie the Hotness.
I like it.
Would you say that the Solar's palms have got it going on?
Oh, there's palms have got it going.
I want you to think about what you did. I want you to think about it.
Yeah.
Watching, this was our whole break.
No, our whole break with me singing Smooth Liminal.
Huh?
Oh,
She
and,
also think about what you did.
And alchemical.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Alchemical.
Du-du-du-du.
A chemical.
Du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du.
You can't not
Announcing the
finish.
next stretch goal for the Kickstarter. Ever indicative to just sing pun songs. We'll make a whole album of it. So go support the Kickstarter if you want that
12 straight hours.
mixtape.
Oh, wait, hours.
Yeah, that mixtape of 12 straight hours of madness.
We are the Weird Al of Exalted parody, specifically. With our powers
Specifically,
combined.
it's a very niche, but
Our powers
useful.
combined.
The Wonder
It's
Twins.
just the essence of what we do.
I want to sing about something.
You mean to make that a pun?
I mean, we're also just
Yes,
very charming.
100%. It's ever, so yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You ask if ever means to make something a pun. The answer is always yes.
In
Hot Tub Wizard, we appreciate the bits, but don't reward that.
yeah,
See,
no, don't. Mm-mm. That's-
You're gonna give him the wrong idea that we want more puns and that the album should actually happen.
Puns are
Hot Dog Wizard,
bad.
I have to live with this. Please,
It's true.
Please do not make
Think
it
of all the
worse.
Devons you're hurting. We'll start a Devon fund. Just for nice earplugs, maybe.
I'm an
Thank you.
in-house
Thank
dev. Does that count?
So I will give millions of dollars, millions, to the first person who makes earbuds or earphones or some type of device that specifically filters puns. That's it. That's the only thing I don't want to hear.
Sounds like a punishment, honestly.
Oh God.
Can we play the game now? Holy
yes,
crap.
yes, we can.
Your wish is my command.
Even know what to do
Down,
with
down, down the treacherous stairs you go. No, they're not treacherous. No, but for real, you do move down these wooden stairs that look very similar to the ones that went up, but now move down.
Don't stairs technically all go both ways?
It's true, actually.
Like me.
Unless they're those weird stairs. that
Happy Pride,
only-
everybody. I'm a set of stairs.
Happy Pride Month.
Unless they're those weird sets of stairs that are only drawn that can go in no direction whatsoever.
You mean like the, what's his face? I lost his name.
Yes.
Escher?
MC
Yes.
Escher.
Escher stairs. Yes.
That's what asexuals are.
Ace.
Can we come up with a stair that fits every sexuality?
Probably, but we're not going to because we're going to play the game. I'm very serious
are.
right now.
I get that. All right.
This is my serious face.
Okay. Well, now that I'm thoroughly scared, you all move down these stairs, and it's quite a few floors that you feel like you're traveling. And it's kind of one of those things where it's a tight corridor on the stairs where there's walls on either side. And as you travel down, the walls follow So you get this really bad feeling of claustrophobia almost, actually, as you're continuing moving down. Say, you feel like it's about 5 stories, 6 stories that you go down until finally you open up into this kind of larger hall area. The ceilings are quite high, maybe 40 feet up. Several pillars dot the way forward, and on the ground is a very large collection of what appears to be tree branches, and it's so large in some places tree trunks, all kinds of different foliage, assortments of pieces of rock boulders. You see what looks to be maybe like large strips of cloth, maybe from banners carried by troops, or what would be on the outside of castle walls. And sitting in the middle of this nest-like circle is a large bird of fire. And as you approach, you can tell this bird is quite large, maybe 10 feet, and if it were to extend its wings, maybe 30 feet across. But you can tell it's old. It's the feathers on it are kind of molted, and the fire that licks its body is, blue and orangish, not like a bright red or yellow of an active fire. This is the fire that looks like when something like a campfire is about to go out, and has a large beak and these piercing red eyes that also seem like they're on fire. And you all kind of cautiously move a little bit closer to it, and it kind of extends its neck out. It speaks to all of you. I am the first Phoenix. Who are you?
Kind of like push Augie forward a little bit.
I am the first of snacks.
This name carries no weight to me.
I am inspiring application of technique and leverage.
And how is it that you know? It kind of cocks its head. Almost sizes you up, kind of thinking a little bit, determined, and just kind of like chewing over the words. You are the ones from 1,000 eyes, from 1,000 perspectives that have cried upon seeing them.
I never knew his full name. But he sent us here something about an epoch?
It kind of swivels its head to the other side. Yes. The fail-safe has been triggered now that 1,000 Eyes has fallen. This is the great defense of time. Time itself. And now that 1,000 Eyes is gone, the device that is housed here will be destroyed. It is uncertain what will happen once this is done. We cannot risk this falling into the wrong hands.
So we need to destroy the tower?
The tower is indestructible. What must be destroyed lies further in. And you see a door that's behind this phoenix's nest.
Looks over at the promise. You missed one.
I don't think the door should be dead.
Oh, it gets all of them everywhere?
Yeah,
Okay.
the whole building.
Okay.
Although we did rewind time,
I was gonna
so
say,
actually undid it.
Yeah.
True. Okay, that's what we're gonna go with. That's what we're gonna go with. The door is still there. And it's just like, you must be prepared to face what lies within. Only great cunning can take away from here.
What's in there?
You will meet one as powerful as Thousand Eyes, and you will find how that they will tell you how to get the last epoch. What you do with it is up to you, though it is predestined to be destroyed if you do not act.
What happens if it's destroyed?
Unknown. This is a device that existed before even the first Solars did.
So are you just gonna stay here and like torch anybody that comes through that door who isn't us? 'Cause that would be helpful.
My time is at an end. My first birth was millennia ago, and my last birth has already happened. My last sundering is upon us, as part of the same failsafe that will destroy this device. When I am gone, no further entry will be allowed.
What about exit?
To exit, you will need to go further within.
Oh, okay. Riddles. Athanasios, you like this kind of thing. How do you feel about it?
Yes, I very much enjoy riddles.
Do you think we should go? Go forth?
Absolutely. Everything is meant to be explored and discovered, even if it seems uncertain.
Leb, Cyrus, Augie, Mavash, Daigle.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, I mean, sounds fine.
It's a great adventure.
Nothing killed us here yet. Sure.
But it might, which could be interesting.
And what an adventure that would be.
I'll walk over to the door. Is it open?
So as you all kind of give your affirmation of like, yeah, we're going to go further, the phoenix spreads its wings, and it is engulfed in a pillar of flame as the entire body turns to ash. And you all are familiar with the legend of the phoenix, so you almost wait for that chirp of the newborn. But it appears what it said is true, and that it experienced its last life cycle. There will be no more reincarnations of this phoenix. But the flame, as the pillar dies away, it washes over the door and causes it to open, allowing you all in.
I'm going to take a handful of phoenix ash and put it in a pouch.
Absolutely.
I
You
was
may
going to say
absolutely
the
do
same
that.
thing.
You may absolutely. Anybody who wishes to do so may take some ashes from the first phoenix.
I just feel like the first phoenix's ashes is a really good reagent for something.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, I am a necromancer.
I would be a little disappointed if at least one person didn't take the ashes from the first phoenix.
I don't know what, but I'm sure I can find a use for them.
Thank you in the chat. Apparently we're supposed to snort them. Says the chat.
Heard that. I've heard you can do that.
Which is actually a tenet of the Ashfinders cult in Vampire 5th Edition. If you want to pick up cult blood guides, you can learn about thin bloods who snort and otherwise inhale the ashes of older vampires. So there's my plug for cult blood guides.
Tasty. But yes, so you walk through the doors that had just been bathed in the flames of the sundering of the first phoenix. And as you walk through, the doors seal themselves behind you, and the floor underneath you starts to fall, not like out from under you, and you all start falling with it. It starts to descend, almost like a lift or an elevator, And you slowly move down. And you see it, you come in the room that it takes you down into is completely overgrown with vines and weeds and trees that look like they've been growing there for hundreds, if not thousands of years, based on the size and the thickness of their trunks. And it's almost like a bramble or tight forest that, impassable unless you were to, set fire to it all somehow. Even that, you don't know if that would work. You're in a small room. But you can kind of almost just looking through in the thick undergrowth and can see that there is the way forward is through this. You also notice that there is a... Yes, Lev.
While we are making our way into this next section, would it be okay if I do an alchemical thing very quickly?
Sure.
So, seeing that we're going into kind of this sort of more dungeon area, there was the whole thing with the tower falling down. It seems like these are going to be more challenges maybe than perhaps straight up combat. Lev is going to take a little bit of a moment. He's going to kind of slide a panel in his chest. And inside he has all these kind of like, I don't know, some combination between like stone tablets and like, flat parchment filed. And he just kind of takes one out and sort of like rearranges a little bit of the writing on it. Just by moving his hand, he slides it. It's kind of like better. Turns it, slots it back in, closes the panel, and I am changing my... I think I want to take out iron arm block, and I'm going to swap it out for lightning speed. I am changing my charms, which is something alchemicals can do. It's now like I've always had lightning speed, and it's like I've never had iron arm block. I have no memory. I have like memory of it, obviously, that I can swap it back in, but
you can't do it.
I completely lose access to iron arm block until I put it back in.
Okay. Awesome. You see almost kind of like parts of Lev's body change. Their legs kind of elongate a little bit and have a slight bend. And some of the bulkiness of the arms shrinks down a little bit, and the actual body seems to compress, giving him a more lithe form to be more aerodynamic and speedy.
I'm also going to take at least one focus will action before we get in here just to get some will banked up.
Sure.
That reminds me, I had a mechanics question for Dixie very quickly before we get too much farther, if that's okay.
I'm here for you. I'm just focusing my will.
Okay, so we have our votes at Essence 1.
Mm-hmm.
And in Essence, how do we actually build up our anima? Like, how will we go from passive to active to iconic anima?
Oh, I'm very bad at explaining this.
Okay. Because I believe in the last edition it was just based on how many modes you were assigning, correct?
I do believe so, but let me...
Okay.
So, let's see. For every two additional power, you can gain a point of anima.
Okay, so anima is attached to power now?
Attached to that, you can also like if you generate magical workings, that flares the exalt anima. I'm trying to look through like my documents really fast because I'm used to like Monica just telling me.
Oh, I'm sorry. If it's a question
No,
we need
it's
to come back.
fine.
If we need to come back to it later, it's okay. Because modes I get, but power and anima, yeah.
Power's not too bad. We figured that one out last time.
Okay.
Because it is really about
Power, power is what you get from withering attacks.
Right.
Yeah. So you build power.
Yeah.
And then anima happens.
Oh, so the more power you get, okay, so I have to generate power to get my anima up. Okay, that actually is very interesting.
I think it's every two, but honestly, I would have to like confirm because I don't have my glasses on, so reading the manuscript is hard right now.
Okay. That makes sense.
However, I have people I can message while we're talking. So.
All right, sounds good.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Alrighty. Yes, you see, like I said, the very thick vegetation, trees, vines, just brush that would be nigh impossible to get through. But you also see kind of hanging higher up in the trees this device that seems to have been put there with care, lovingly wrapped and intertwined in the vines and secured, anchored, and there's kind of the few flowers that grow in this vegetation. Some of them are put lovingly on this device. It looks like an hourglass strapped to like a bracelet almost.
Bracelet.
And it's just it's hanging up in the trees.
You said it's just the vines that are keeping it in, or?
There's not there's nothing else that seems to be like there's no like box or cage or anything like that. It's just the vines are kind of twirled around it and hold it almost like a what's what I'm looking for, like a
Cradle? Hammock?
Yes, like a hammock. Thank you.
Cyrus.
Yes.
Can you procure the bracelet?
Of course I can. Can somebody give me a good toss?
Just turn to Augie. Augie, would you mind throwing Cyrus?
Yeah, I would. Why you guys really don't respect me for my other things? I can do more than punch and toss things.
Sure you
Like
can.
what?
I eat snacks really well.
Well, I don't want you to eat Cyrus right now, so please just throw him.
All right. Just picks him up and tosses him.
And I'm in human form as he's doing this, with Mavash on my shoulder as he starts, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute! And then he starts throwing me, and I just transform while I'm in midair. And Mavash goes with me.
So you're like, wait, hold on. And he throws you, just like, oh, come on. And so, like, it's that moment where you're like, not sure if you're going to quite make it, and you're like, ferret form! And you start gaining speed again. You're like, okay. And you kind of like do that thing where you like hold on to the like vine that's attached to this device. And you're kind of just like death gripped on it, like, okay, I got it. And you look for like, where's Mavash? And it's like he's holding on to your tail, like death gripped your tail.
Hurry up, bro. Mavash will scurry up on top of me, and I'll scurry onto the actual vine. Now, you said it's just cradled there, so I could just pick it up, or?
You could. It's quite large to you in ferret form, so it's going to be a little awkward to hold.
Just like slink your body into it. Wear it like a belt.
Oh, yeah!
He's probably too skinny for it, actually.
What about 2 ferrets?
2 ferrets
Two
might
ferrets
work.
working in tandem.
2
ferrets working in tandem.
That might work.
2 ferrets.
So that's your new character name, right?
2 ferrets working in tandem.
1, 2,
To go and to work with
Secretly 2 ferrets in a trench coat.
Yeah, secretly 2 ferrets in a trench coat, yeah. But yeah, I guess I'm just going to, slink myself over the edge with it and just kind of look down and be like, okay, somebody's going to catch this thing, right? It's ancient, it's expensive. I presume it's expensive.
I got it.
You get a thumbs up from Lev.
Augie, can you catch things too?
Oh, can I?
Well, somebody give it a try. and I'll slink it over the edge.
I will,
Okay. And almost like a slinky, the two ferrets working in tandem kind of just like hit, and just kind of like start doing like a roll down towards Lev and Augie. Who's going for the catch?
I would like to with finesse and athletics, please.
Okay. We're trying to catch the two ferrets rotating with a priceless artifact.
We don't know that. It could just be some bracelet.
That's true.
And I did tell you guys to be careful.
With an artifact of unknown value.
Artifact of unimaginable power. It's a slinky.
While you're rolling, I had found the answer to your anima question because I was just looking in the wrong freaking chapter because I'm smart. Didn't realize it was going to be in the charms chapter. I thought it was going to be in like the how to play the game chapter. So you actually gain 1 anima whenever you spend a mote. It's just 1 for 1. And so if you only get to like 6 anima and you don't spend them during a fight, then it just fades by I think 2 anima every scene thereafter.
Okay.
Until it's back to dim.
And what? Okay, so for each mote spent anima,
You gain 1 anima.
Okay,
Mhm.
and then how many anima makes you active or iconic?
Iconic is just at 10. I think active is like everything between 1 and 10, if I remember correctly.
Okay, that would make sense. Passive is just all the time. Okay.
Yeah, passive is all the time, and then active it's flaring, it's happening, and then iconic, is I think 10. It could be 9 or 10. If anyone in the chat wants to clarify this, because you know more about anima than me.
It does say
go
10
for it.
anima next to iconic, so that makes sense.
Oh, okay. It doesn't on my sheet.
Oh.
Good job, Dixie, making these sheets.
Well, you made my sheet, so thank you.
Anyway, these are all beginners, so yay, we're learning together.
Yay!
Yay!
I had 3 successes on my catch a ferret roll.
Catch a ferret? Alright. That's what you do. You catch a ferret. You catch you catch Mavash, and Mavash holds on to the has death gripped the bracelet-like object, and Cyrus, you kind of like get momentum flipped off of the bracelet, and you kind of go smack into Athanasios. There's a stunned ferret on you.
Oh, aren't you the cutest? You okay?
I take your ear.
Hey! I have
Sorry.
a replacement in my pocket.
Sorry, force of habit to grab things.
Okay, but you have
Bad ferret.
one of the ferrets and the thing.
I just awkwardly hold the ferret in like one hand, be like,
It squiggles around as ferrets do.
It looks at you and says, "Can you put me down now?"
"Oh, yes, of course." I was just curious. What
I'm
joint
a
lock-
ferret.
I was just curious. I'm trying to figure out how I would be able to joint lock you if I needed to take you out one day, but your legs are very small.
Mavash
I
will
don't
just
think that's physically possible.
Mavash will just coil around your entire arm like a snake and say, "I'm a cat snake. You can't joint lock me."
What if you had tiny ferret-sized gauntlets?
Mavash piques his interest. Or you've piqued his interest, and he looks up. Wait, what?
No,
I can
mean-
fight?
No, to hold your limbs in place. Like chains.
Oh, that's not a gauntlet. That's
It's a thing
That's
that
something
goes
else.
around your limb. I don't know what it's called. Shackles. Tiny ferret shackles.
no.
Tiny ferret shackles.
At which point,
I really want to meet the blacksmith that's making tiny ferret shackles.
Lev, are you actually hollow or?
No, I don't believe I'm hollow. I'm made of like
Stuff.
Okay, I know, but I wasn't sure if you were full. Okay. I was
Solid.
going to say, if you weren't solid all the way through and through, then Mavash was going to sneak into your armor.
Oh gosh. We're gonna say I'm pretty well filled up. How about that?
Okay, you're filled out. Gotcha.
Pretty well filled out.
But I have the artifact in my hand.
Okay.
All right.
So you examine it and look it over, and it's almost kind of like what looks like a wrap almost that could wrap around the forepart of your arm, or your hand, and then go around your thumb and wrap around your wrist as well, where the hourglass would be on your palm.
Can I try it?
I don't really know what it is, so sure.
Be careful, but be adventurous.
I'm the sorcerer around here.
As
I
a-
might as well try it.
Yes, please. With your magical knowledges, it is a hand wrap, so it could be used for punching and/or throwing magic things at people. So
It's got an hourglass. I'm pretty sure it's used for time magic.
We got a punching
Possibly like
hourglass.
the clock.
what you could do, theoretically, is use it to stop time, and then that way, when you punch someone, you're getting past their defense very easily.
If that's what it's for, I'm going to give it to Augie.
Oh,
Or you.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of a punching hourglass. Just
Anyway, just give it.
putting
Give
that
it
out
to
there.
me. Give it to me.
oh.
Keep it.
I was okay with this, but you're saying it in a way that makes me question this move.
Give it to me!
Okay, and I'll give it to the Promise.
Oh,
Promise
see,
puts it
now
on
you
their-
all die.
Puts it on her other hand, the one that isn't holding her soul charm.
Sure.
I don't have a second necklace to put on my other hand. Sorry.
No, so you wrap it, and the
Wait, I
hourglass is now on the palm part of your hand. Perfect. And kind of just like examining it, and as you like move your hand, the sand in the hourglass kind of moves about a little bit. And then it's not until you finally kind of like press, like squeeze, that the room changes immediately as you squeeze.
For all of us or just for me?
Just for you.
Oh, okay.
And where there was, thick trees, vines, all that stuff, is now, just little saplings and the beginnings of things kind of growing out of the walls. And the door is very clearly unobstructed to you now. The way out is right in front of you. You can walk through it quite easily.
And I still see my friends.
Nope.
Oh, okay,
You are-
good. So we're gonna try
You are
to
alone.
unsqueeze it.
So you press it again, and just instantaneously, almost like blinking or like a snapshot, you are back in the present with your friends.
Did I disappear?
Did they?
Yes.
Yes, you did. It's a pretty cool trick.
I could see the exit where I went. I went back in time.
Ooh.
Athanasius, hold on to me.
Yes. Oh, all right.
I reach out my
And
hand to
Athanasius
clasp
will-
forearms.
As you do, activate it,
Mm-hmm.
and then blink, snapshot, and your hand is empty. Athanasios is not with you.
Okay. So I go back.
As you
again.
look around, you actually see on the adjacent wall to the door, there are several large holes that you're kind of looking. It looks almost like tunnels of some sort. And now that you're back again, and you kind of are like, "All right, come with me," and then you click the button, and they're, what? Kind of that explanation, like what? you hear sounds coming from those holes. And a couple seconds go by, and coming out are these creatures that look like a cross between a crocodile and a horse. It has 4 long legs it stands on, and a reptilian scaled body with a tail, a upright head, and very, very large teeth. And they kind of come out of the holes, and they see you, and they start to move towards you.
A crocodile horse.
Yes.
Crocodile.
And are they just moving toward me? Like, it's just me in the past seeing these things?
Yes.
Okay, so I will go back.
You click, and you're back. No creatures, just your friends.
So, I can go back in time with this, and I can see the exit. But then there were terrifying lizard horses. And I can't take people with me by touch.
Yes, Lev.
Oh.
Well, it's to the promise.
Oh, sorry.
Can you go back one thing you just said?
Lizard horses?
That one. Yeah.
They were giant horse lizards with too many teeth.
Did you try to ride one?
No, I didn't want to get eaten by them.
Can I borrow that, please?
You want to go look at the lizard horses?
Look at. Yes.
Okay. I like kind of like. So the promise takes off the like hand wrap and hands it to Lev and says, "Okay, so you just have to squeeze it like this to go one way, and then you do it like this to come back."
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. One to go there, and then okay, that makes sense.
As you go one to go there, and you click it, and you're gone.
Oh, it's a shame that
And-
you can't take friends.
And you see those crocodile horses are like encircled around where the promise was standing before she walked over to you and gave that. And upon you arriving, they all just kind of like look up and they see you.
I mean, I had some theories about maybe wrapping it around all of our hands at once, or like fingers, and getting everybody in there. But Lev wanted to go see the crocodile horses, so I let him.
Can I grapple
Crocodile
one of, Can I
horses.
grapple one of the crocodile horses?
Excited to.
Grapple a crocodile horse? Of course you can try to grapple a crocodile horse.
You should.
Sounds like the appropriate answer for all things.
So that is a gambit.
Okay.
That requires power to do. You know what? This is an out of combat kind of thing. All right, we're gonna do this on the fly. This is great. All right, give me close combat and force.
Close combat force. I'm also using mantis form. So I'm going to commit a moat on step 1 for the scene. Increase the Exalt's defense and soak by 1. If an opponent has lower power than the Exalt, or if the opponent is grappling with the Exalt, double 9s on the Exalt's damage rolls against that opponent. When the Exalt makes a decisive rush attack, that was not going to work for this one. Alright, anyway, I'm doing Mantis form. I've got a couple of things that help me with that, but one moat is committed, so let me mark that down. Nope.
It also means you gain 1 anima.
Perfect. Anyone who targets the Soul Seal with a close combat attack must make a reflex integrity roll against difficulty 3 on step 1 before any other rolls work. If they fail, they must target someone else. So these things all have to make integrity rolls to even attack me. Alright. 4, 6, 7. Can I commit more than one moat and do more than one charm at a time?
As long as none of them say that they are a simple action.
Yeah, I think isn't that a flurry where you take a penalty to the second one?
Oh, there are activating charms. Okay. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. Let me check something real quick. Because I just exited out of it like a dim-a-dum. So 4?
4 successes.
All right. That is enough to get through its defense. You have grappled it.
All right.
What would you like to do with said crocodile horse?
Just start dealing damage to it. Once you have a grapple, you can just start doing attacks, right?
Let me...
Just start applying different things. Let's see. Let's try this. Try Bone and Steel Destruction. Well, it's all about dominating the grapple. There's steps to it. I'm just gonna start doing attacks to it while it's grappled, I think, which is gonna be quite a bit. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 7, 8.
Oh, okay. Here's the grapple rules. Found it. Found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's several steps to it. Just to kind of move this along, because I don't want to take everyone else out of the scene for too long.
How many dice you rolling there, Steve?
Well, I was just gonna hit it with a normal attack. Which
I know, just saying, rolling a lot of dice. It's fun, right?
It is a lot. Actually, my normal finesse-based close combat is a 12 because I have 4 in close combat, 4 in finesse, and my word that says the thing. Excellency allows me to add an extra 4 on top of that. Although my belt actually lets me also increase that number, so it's actually more.
Gave you a ludicrous amount of dice for sure.
When wearing your sash, I double. I don't roll more dice.
Double 8s, right?
I double 8s, yes.
Yeah, so if you roll any 8s or 9s or 10s, those all count
They
as
all
2
count
successes.
as 2 successes. Alright, so... Patty, we're just gonna, if it's okay with you, we'll just, flavor text this that I've grappled it, but I'm basically just gonna, like, put it in, like, some weird, like, neck crank, and just do a basic, like, close combat.
Sure. So you'd still need to make a withering attack.
Yep.
To gain power to do damage to it.
Yeah. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, wasn't that many successes also. Alright, 5 successes.
It has a defense of 3, so that is 2 successes. You gain 2 power.
Okay. 2 power. Alright. How many of these are there?
There's 3 others that are not grappled.
Okay, so let them
You
do
can always
their-
come back.
That's what I was going to
plan.
say. Let them do what they're going to do to me, and then on my turn, I'm going to be like, this was fun, and dip out. So.
Okay. So we'll just say you won initiative, so they're going to go now.
Okay.
The one that is grappled is going to attempt to reestablish dominance in the grapple.
Okay.
So they're going to, it's called Overcome. So you're both going to roll force and close combat. Ugh. Get 1 success. You're good.
Are the crocodile horses bad at rolling?
I am bad at rolling. They had a decent dice pool for that, and I am bad at rolling.
Ooh, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay, definitely good. So you still have. I'm actually like reading these grapple rules. This is actually a really cool grapple system. Just real quick to go over it is you go over you do a withering attack, but declare that it's going to be a grapple, and then both roll force plus close combat, and the grapple is happening, but one person establishes dominance in the grapple, just like in actual wrestling. Like you both rolling around on the floor, but someone has the upper hand, and then you can either like attack, you can try to get out of the grapple, you can try to like, if you're like okay with being grappled, you can be like, well, I like grappling too, so I'm just going to try to get dominance. You can pin or you can throw. So keep that in mind, Lev.
I will.
Throw is an option.
Yep.
Okay, so the one that was, grappled does not successfully get out. However, the other 3 will attempt to bite your friggin' face off.
They all need to make integrity rolls. Difficulty 3.
Okay, integrity. I'm gonna say plus.
Crocodiles of integrity.
I'm gonna say plus force because forget you. But it's still not a great pool for them. Okay, 1 success.
Okay.
They have to have more than that. Okay, yeah.
Difficulty is 3. So.
That's 4 successes. So suck it.
4 successes succeed, so 1 can attack me.
And that is 3 successes. So suck it.
Difficulty is 3. Okay.
One
crocodile horse is just in awe of how awesome I am.
Suplex the horsedile. Suplex the horsedile.
Holy shit, that guy just grappled my buddy. I'm out. And it's like, all right. We're going to still bite the shit out of this guy. All right, so they are going to make withering attacks. Huzzah. So they will do close combat plus force. So that's going to be a decent dice pool for them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
My defense is currently 7.
Cool. They rolled 2 successes. So okay, so that's the first one. Your defense does go down by 1 for each attack made against you, so your defense is now at 6.
Okay.
6, 7, 8. All right, so the second one's going to try and bite the shit out of you. He's not going to have much more success though, with only 1 success.
They're all trying to bite this soul steel, and he's like, "What?"
You see several like teeth like break off as they just bite metal, and they're just not sure what's happening here. This being came out of literally nowhere, grappled one of their brethren, and then when they're trying to bite what looks like fleshy bits, it hurts their teeth. They're not happy. All right, Lev.
All right. Chat has declared that I have to suplex throw the horsedile.
I agree. That has to be done.
All right, so tell me how I throw this thing.
Left.
Okay. Let me go back to it really quick. All right,
I'm pretty sure that you apply leverage and technique.
That is true. In an inspiring way.
Properly.
In an inspiring fashion?
Yes.
You are the dominant character,
yes.
So you can throw your opponent out of the grapple as a close combat gambit.
Okay.
Make a melee attack roll as if it was a decisive attack.
Okay.
Success moves the opponent 1 range band away or leaves them prone. Additional successes are rolled for damage. Do not add power spent to this damage. This then ends the grapple.
So this is a decisive attack.
Yes.
But I'm not actually using my power. I'm just making a decisive attack.
Correct.
And all extra successes are just become damage?
Yes.
That's kind of interesting. Okay. I can just bypass power?
Specifically through this grapple technique, yes. which you have to have already done the grapple, and then you have to be the dominant in the grapple.
Does this imply that
Then-
every grappler is technically a switch?
Yes, by nature.
Okay.
Very true.
Like, ruled as written, all Mantis-style duelists are switches. Alright.
I support this. Here we go. I technically have charms I can be using, but okay.
And don't you have free stunt or something from earlier?
I do. So I will
Yeah,
add
you
that
do.
to this.
I did give you that, didn't I?
You did. So, I'm going to do guard breaking technique on a decisive attack, which this becomes because I'm the dominant one. Reduce the target's soak by 1 till the start of the next turn. If the target has soak 6 or higher, instead half the target's soak round down. The charm is not stacked with itself, so I will spend 1 more mote. So on this attack, his soak actually either gets halved or reduced by 1, so that this actually does even more damage.
Sure. Okay.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on. With my championship belt now shining, these numbers change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 successes.
Carry the 1.
And
Welcome
you are,
to Exalted.
and you are following all dice limitations. You've not gained more than 10 dice.
I
so.
have not.
No, but he's doubling 8s and 9s.
I'm doubling 8s and 9s. So my total pool is I have 4 in finesse. Or no, sorry. I have 4 in. No, it's just a regular advantage attack. Yeah. I have 4 in finesse, which is how I make decisive attacks. I have 4 in close combat. I have an excellency in that, which is me add 4 more. So my dice pool before bonus, or my dice pool is 8, and then with an extra 4 on top of that. So on 12 dice, doubling 8s, 17 successes.
Hi, Clave. Clave's here.
He is.
Hi, Clave.
Hey.
Clive.
Moldova is calling this the big gay suplex, and I approve.
I approve 100%.
No, you can't roll dice,
Thank you
buddy.
for the bits, Moldova.
Thank
Yes.
you. So, what is its soak?
Well, with the -1 you're giving it,
Yes.
2.
2. So, it takes 15 damage.
Holy.
You just turned it into a fine red mist.
So,
Or a very
Please.
classy purse.
So now there's some
Please
tape.
describe what happens.
so I grapple this one horse crocodile, and I horsedile, and the other ones go to bite me, and their teeth chip on it, and I'm just kind of like, huh, tickle, thank you, and I just kind of flex a little bit to crank in the neck hold, so I have like a headlock. And then I lift my hip, I put the horsedile up over my head, and then I do a spinning, like, underhook head drive. And its body just, like, twists around, and I just drive it headfirst into the ground. Wait, hold on. Technically, I get 2 more dice from your stunt. Total then became 19. So I had.
You rolled 2 10s?
No, I rolled another 8, which is 2 successes
Oh.
because of my championship belt.
I gave you a really good artifact.
Oh my god.
It's a 5-dot artifact. What do you want it to do?
Make.
Exalted, where you can turn horsediles into a fine red paste.
So you just hear
Like a green paste, maybe.
just crunching and cracking as I drive the horsedile just straight down in front of its friends who are biting me currently. So the throw is not distance-wise, it is straight down, which is what a suplex is. At which point, I just kind of look and I go, "Good show, lads! Excellent work!" Click.
Click. And you come back, and you guys just kind of like, huh, he's been gone. Like, that was longer than the promise has ever been gone. Click. And he's just like, you see like a small little scratch on the soul steel from where like a tooth kind of dragged into it. And you see he's covered in this green red paste, and there's like, a bit of like, liver on him, and maybe like, some brain matter. And he's just like, hello.
Oh, thanks for bringing snacks, and like pick something off of him and eats it.
Oh.
Did you
Oh.
did you kill the things?
That does not taste good.
I killed one.
All that is from one?
Just one. They're quite large
Most-
creatures.
Most impressive, Lev.
I used the general technique of a double wrist lock, but around the neck, and then I used a hip toss motion to create elevation before driving the head directly into the floor.
What
There are
happened to
two
the
more,
other
but I
ones?
did not want to defeat them without an audience. We'll come back and you can watch me.
If we can all get there together, which is what I was trying to figure out before you fucked off to kill a Horsadile.
Oh, oh, that's right. Would you like this back?
Yes, I don't think you can be trusted with it.
Wait, hold on. Loop, and then around the thumb. Okay, hold on. And then up the palm.
I thought you had inspiring techniques.
I am not suplexing the bracelets. And then I will just daintily hand it back to the promise. That is a good piece of jewelry. I like that jewelry. It takes you to a fight.
It takes you to the past where you happen to get into a fight.
Is the past not always a struggle?
Tomato.
I got the eyebrow raise. Yeah. Thank you all for letting me do my little diversions there.
It was beautiful.
That
Yeah,
is
I
what
wanna-
Exalted is for.
I'm gonna try one more thing before we give up on taking us all back there, and that's
Okay.
that I want to partially put it on, because it has to wrap a few times around your hand, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So what I want to do is take once again Athanasios, because we're like buddies, and I want to wrap it around both of our hands,
Okay.
where I still have the hourglass on my palm, but the whole we're both encased in it kind of, and then I want to click it one more time and see if that works.
Click. You're both there.
I'll click back really fast.
Yeah, there's just enough time where the Horsadiles look up the two of you. Like, there's this brief moment of like, okay, which one's it going to be this time? Is it going to be like the one that killed us or the one that ran away? And it sees the two of you, and they're like, oh, okay, we got this. And they move in
Click.
like half a step. Click. You guys come back.
Okay, so I think if we all have part of our body inside the perimeter of this artifact, we can all go back at once.
Is it big enough for all of us?
I mean, you could put a finger in. If two ferrets fit in it, we can each fit two fingers in it.
Yeah. Essentially.
So,
What if we had sent 2 ferrets back in time?
then there would be 2 ferrets back in time getting eaten by Horsadiles.
You're giving Mavash enough credit.
I'm not giving Mavash any credit against a Horsadile.
They are quite formidable. They scratched me.
Indeed.
The point is, we
So
can
let's go
all
back in
go
time.
back. Okay, let's do it.
Is there anywhere else for us to go into these
Just dense
woods?
forest, right?
It's just a dense forest, you said, right? With like the vines up in the trees.
Yes. Yeah. Essentially.
So we would just
Not
be-
actually a forest because you are still underneath ground. It's just this. There's so much. Yeah. It's just so much growing here.
Okay.
So if these things are on the ground, then why don't we just, I look at Lev and say, just body slam them? I look up. So, I mean, you can totally land on them, right?
The trees?
No, the horse dials.
Oh. Well, back in the past, there aren't any tall trees.
Yeah, but there are here. And all you have to do is just click.
So you want all of
Drop
us
the elbow.
to climb into a tree together?
No,
Loop
just
us around.
Lev.
We should all stick together, Cyrus.
He did a good job. I mean,
I will not go back alone because if I defeat another crocodile without you watching, it's really not worth my time. So
Needs an audience.
I'll put my finger in the loop.
Okay. Augie,
Is anybody not going?
Finger in the loop.
Diclave, Mavash,
I'm putting my whole paw in the loop.
Mavash, Diclave.
Yeah, he does it. Yeah, I put my finger in. I put my paw in the loop.
Athanasios.
I wouldn't dream of not joining. I wouldn't dream of not joining. I
Okay.
would. Yes.
And once we have 5 exalts and 2 familiars that talk. Also, yes, Cyrus, don't you want a horse-style form? You should drink their heart's blood, says Madova.
I was just saying, I forgot about that. Yes, I want the horse style form.
And then once you're all there, I go click.
You all immediately appear, and the 3 remaining Horsediles kind of look at the 5 of you, see Lev is amongst you, and they kind of just like they do that like predator thing where they're still trying to like threaten you off, but they're like backing away towards like the holes in the walls they came out of.
Iris, get one.
Immediately, I'm going after one.
Trick it to think you've won.
Wait, this is horse style. So are they actually shaped enough like a horse that I can climb on it?
You're in ferret form still, right?
Yeah.
You can climb on anything.
Oh
in
yeah,
ferret form.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. These things are much larger than you if you're in ferret form.
Oh yeah. I'm pulling a ferret rodeo.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
I am going to make you roll initiative on this, as when the ferret charges, they're going to attempt to go back into their hole.
Wait, they live in a hole?
They came through a hole that was on the adjacent wall to where the door was.
What is initiative again?
So you choose whatever attribute and ability you think is pertinent. Pertinent.
Alright. Definitely going to be close combating.
Are we all rolling initiative?
If you want to join in, yes.
Okay.
I mean, probably. It's all of us.
This shouldn't take us too long to. I've got 2 more of these things. 2.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Is it the number of successes you get?
Yes. You keep track of how many successes you have.
Yep.
Then whoever has the most successes will go first, and then from there it's popcorn.
Holy shit. I got 7 successes.
That was
Technically, they should roll all 10 to beat you.
sagacity
Nope.
plus athletics.
No, it would be sagacity plus an attribute.
Aha!
Yes.
For highest attribute.
I was half right.
Yep.
Four successes.
Okay. Does anyone beat Augie's 7?
No.
Okay.
We had 2 4s, 2 5s, and a 7.
The Horsediles did not beat 7, so that means Augie's going first.
Just kind of look over at Levin like, you smashed one of these in like one blow? Is that what you said?
Yeah, no, just an underhook and then like a drive. That was it.
All right.
See what you got, man. Go get him. And I do like a tag team, like tag him in kind of thing.
Like, and you just kind of like, what?
Come on, get him.
These are not legendary size, I would imagine, right?
No, they're not.
So,
Okay, then-
so do me a favor before we go any further. When you say horse crocodile, Are they the height of crocodiles or the height of horses?
No.
He said long legs, so
They have long legs, not as long as a horse's.
Okay.
Kind of picture like almost like a four-legged like raptor, but more of a bulkier body.
Okay.
picture like a really large dog, but a crocodile.
But a crocodile. Okay. So a Great Dane, but a crocodile, but also
Yeah.
a horse.
Yeah.
I mean, if a horse was Great Dane size and it was also a crocodile.
I love this description. This is awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
It's a crocopony, really.
Crocopony.
I actually do have.
Crocapony.
I had pony in my notes, but I didn't want you guys to be like, pony. Yeah, whatever.
That's strong. That's strong.
Strong as a small pony.
I will read verbatim what it says in my notes. Cross between crocodile and a small pony.
Whoever
Okay,
wrote that, please tell
what's
me
his
you're
defense?
that Answered fan. I really hope.
My crocopony, my crocopony. I don't remember any more of that theme song. Something and something, wait for you.
Patty, what's its defense?
None of your business? No, it's 3.
Okay, I got 5, so
Okay. I assume you're doing a withering attack, 'cause you don't have any power yet.
yeah, that's 4 successes, so yeah.
Yeah, so you got 5 successes, the defense is a 3, so you got 2 power right now.
Nope, I got 4. Because double extra successes after applying defense, but before any bonus successes are applied.
Okay, Exalt things, you have 4 power.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that was your action. And Popcorn Initiative means you get to choose who goes next.
Would like the promise to go.
What does the promise want to do? Probably not that, since you're all in front of me. Actually, can I position myself to where, like, the other 2 are in front of me and none of my allies are?
Yeah. Yeah, they'd already kind of backed away from your group, so you would just need to kind of like step in front of everybody, and then only the crocodile horses would be in front of you.
All right, let's just have fun with this because this is my favorite spell of all time.
Hey!
I'm gonna spend 5 will.
Oh.
Because I did a focus will action and I have enough will to do that.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cast Death of Obsidian Butterflies, but I'm going to modify it with my necromantic Flesh Sloughing Wave. So, I unleash a wave of ivory light with fanged ghostly creatures in it that rips flesh from bone while leaving inorganic structures intact. Oh, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm going to do regular Obsidian Butterflies. I just saw that one is like a circle-based one, and Obsidian Butterflies is a directional one. So I apologize for that. I'm going to do the regular Obsidian Butterflies. So I'm going to make an attack as a medium-ranged weapon, which I'll roll in a second. That will affect every range at the long range, as long as I can see it. So I have my back to all my friends.
Mhm.
And it reduces heavy cover to light, destroys light cover, and also I can treat the rest of my will to make a decisive attack as power. So I have some will left over. Let me do my ranged attack first.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking at my stats. That's 7 dice. Five successes.
Okay. Yep. That beats their defense, which has been battered down to 2 after Augie took a punch at it.
And I'll go ahead and treat my other 3 will I have to spend as power. Decisive
Okay.
attack. So that's 5 decisive? Yeah. So essentially what it looks like is I kind of like wave my hands up and just shards of obsidian that are like shaped like butterflies and look like, deathly glass. Just shoot at the things and turn them into a fine red mist. This is probably something you've seen the promise do before, but to like 50 people. And when they're done, the ground is covered in obsidian shards. It's difficult terrain in the direction that I threw them. But
That's rad.
in my brain, the door was not in that, so I'm just gonna headcanon.
Yeah, they're going back to the adjacent wall, so yes, the door
Yes,
is...
they're just cut to ribbons by shards of obsidian that fly through the air.
Yeah, and it's just like this master class of like if a chef were to fillet a steak or something, just and the shards cut through, and just chunks of crocodile horse go everywhere until it's just this kind of heaviness left in the air, and this, you know, it's almost like it got really humid in here, but it's not water, it's blood.
How you doing, Augie? Doing all right.
I'm like down in like a wrestler's stance, like about to like jump on another one of these, and it just
Explodes.
and just look at the promise. Hey,
What? I will pass my initiative to Lev.
All right. Well, we can actually end initiative now, as...
Oh, I thought Augie still had one that wasn't dead, but I guess I was wrong. Okay, no.
No, he... Wait, no, because that was just weathering. Yeah, you're right. There is just one. There is one left. Yeah, that's right. Because you did a weathering attack. I forgot.
oh, there's
Yep,
one.
so there is.
I thought you got both of them. I'm sorry.
I got two.
She got
he had
two,
the other one.
but he's in combat with the
There
other one.
were
And
three
she didn't
more.
want to. Yeah, she didn't want to obliterate Augie, so
Got it.
she got just the two that were
In my head, there were three total, so 1 plus those two. Got it. Okay, understood.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. But no, yes, Augie is in hand-to-hand combat with the Crocahorse.
Okay. All right. Then I am going to, instead of doing another, yeah, I'm actually going to do my running. I'm going to do a running drop kick. I am going to get a running
Do a
start.
rush?
I'm going to do a rush, get a running start. And as I get closer, I'm going to do like a stutter step and just throw like this running, like thrusting single side kick
All right, you can have a stun for that.
in a super type fashion. It's a super kick party. And
It's a super kick. Super kick. It's super kicky.
okay, so my normal 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
Are you taking on the persona of Matt or Nick right now?
No, definitely probably. Well, with my super speed, probably maybe Nick, actually. All right. Okay, here we go.
Young Levs.
Okay. +2 for my strength. 2 10s on the stun dice. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12.
Okay, yep, that gets through their now 2 defense.
I think
So-
you killed it.
Yeah, 10 extra successes on that.
Yeah. 10 extra.
Doesn't your rush thing make it a decisive attack with it or something? Or
technically.
I forget how the rush works.
Does rush automatically make it decisive? I don't think so.
It does something.
Oh, rush lets you add more dice, so technically I get more dice on top of that. I think I get 4 more dice.
I knew it seemed too low.
As a simple action, the character moves 1 range band toward her target and then makes an attack with a 3 dice bonus. This can be part of a flurry. So if you want, you didn't roll the extra dice. We'll call this a flurry.
Okay.
Instead of the 3 dice you would get, we'll just take that. Although say that was your flurry penalty.
Okay.
If you'd like to make a decisive
And then I
attack,
would like to make a
with
decisive
your
attack immediately.
with your 10 power.
Sure. That sounds like
Okay.
the way to go.
Okay.
And power ups your anima, right? We said?
Yes.
No, every time you spend a mote.
Every time you
Yes.
spend a mote, that's the only thing? Okay.
In Anima.
Alright, okay.
There's a whole thing with power, but it's like a different rule system that I will look into before our next session.
Okay, that's no problem.
So yeah, so roll your same attack, and then you're gonna apply power and murderify this crocopony.
Okay, I'm gonna spend I'm gonna spend 2 motes on a decisive attack to use bone and steel destruction. For a number of rounds equal to the alchemical's essence, reduce the target's soak by 2, reflecting broken bone and damaged armor.
Okay, it's soak is 0 now.
So
Good
it's
job.
soak is 0. Here is my flurry decisive attack. More 7s this time, so only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 successes on the decisive attack.
Yep. Okay.
Right?
You can roll damage. You can roll damage now.
So how many extra?
So the damage pool would be your power, plus
Power.
any other successes over the defense, which was a whole crap ton. So you would be technically rolling like 20 something dice right now.
Okay, but it caps out at the 10, so we're just gonna say that it's okay.
Well, not for attacks. I don't. No, it does for the dice caps for everything.
All right, so I have 10 power plus
The 12 extra successes you had over the defense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage
11 damage.
on
Yep.
0 soaks, and I think I technically get more dice.
On 0 soak, so soak would take away from those damage.
Right.
And then it replies to its health markers.
But
which,
it has 0 soak because I am using bone and steel destruction.
Right, so it wouldn't soak anything, but then it also has health after that.
Okay.
So soak and health are different.
Right.
But yeah, 11 damage goes straight to its health, which is way more than enough to kill it.
Okay. So I just come in with this leaping, thrusting sidekick, and I just catch it right in the, right under the chin, and just send it flying back into its hole.
Yeah, you actually like kick the bottom jaw clean off, and then the rest of the body kind of follows after it and rolls neatly, hole-in-one style, into the hole it came out of.
Okay.
So just because this entire thing started off with me saying what I wanted to do, the ferret is still flying through the air, trying to jump onto the one that just got kicked all the way back into its hole. And the ferret lands on the ground and looks up
Amongst the sharp obsidian pieces.
and looks up and says, "God damn it. That's it."
All right. That's a good place to leave it for tonight. Our heroes are in the past with a device that allows them to travel freely between. They've eliminated the threat that was in the past, but now they have to figure out how to proceed further into this area they're in. Yes,
Before we
Lev.
finish, though, I'm going to pose right in front of Augie. Just be like,
Like, facing him or like blocking his body with yours so we can only see you?
I wanted to be like in front of him, like so that I'm looking right at him, and then you would see both of us like from the side. So I'm just kind of like, yeah.
You're just posing right in front of him.
Yep. Did you see that? Did you see that over there? Now remember, I am of course metal, so all of my muscles are actually chiseled into my forearm.
Actually chiseled.
I don't.
Kind of lick some more, like finger some more goo off of your muscle and just. Yeah.
I wonder if I could replace my teeth with the crocopony's teeth. What do you think?
don't
Would I
see
look
why
wonderful?
not.
That's
I
awesome.
think you would look terrifying in a good way.
Cyrus is just looking around, looking for any bit of heart's blood he might be able to find that's still left from the goo.
I don't think you completed a hunt.
I was part of a hunt with all of you. I just didn't really get to do much.
It wasn't
I feel
a
it.
secret hunt.
I feel like that one dragon blood at Thousand Eyes killing. He needs to die.
Okay. So yes, our Exalts will have to figure out how to progress further into this structure, this last defense of the first age that Thousand Eyes told them to go to next week when we continue our saga of Exalted Essence. But it has been a pleasure telling the story to you, listener, tonight. We hope you enjoyed what you saw and heard as much as we enjoyed performing it for you. Let's hear from our players now. Once again, your name, handle, character, and where people can find you.
Same order. I'll do it again. Hi, I'm Dixie Cocker, and my pronouns are still she, her. I didn't change them in the past 3 hours. You can find me at Dixie Cyanide pretty much anywhere online. I'm super excited about the Exalted Essence Kickstarter, and I have been playing the thrice forsaken widow wreathed in the Promise of Oblivion, otherwise known as the Promise.
That name's so cool. Hey everybody, I'm Ever, and my pronouns are they, them. I haven't changed them in the past 5 minutes. But anyway.
If anybody has, I'll be very surprised, but also...
You can find me all over the internet as Changeling Ever, and I have enjoyed playing Athanasios for you all. And you can find me playing in... tomorrow. God, Fallout on Vorpal Tales, which is not an Onyx Path game, but it's a bunch of fun too. Though Onyx Path is always my favorite. Changeling Lost.
Suck up. I'm just kidding.
Hello everybody, I am Steve, pronounced him, and you can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. Tonight I played Inspiring Application of Technique and Leverage, aka
Leverage.
Leverage.
To suction.
And, yes.
We call you Inspap Techlev.
Sure. But yes, that was me. You can find me next. Also playing Fallout tomorrow, like Ever said. But keep an eye out for information about Onyx Path Con.
June 11th through 13th.
June 11th through 13th.
All of our panels have been announced. Most of our games have been announced. We've got a lot of cool story path stuff happening on the Vorpal Tales channel. You've also got other things happening across some other channels, depending on what you're in the mood for at any given time.
Yes.
And then, of course, a lot of panels and fun things on the Onyx Path Twitch here. Here. I'll be around all weekend doing different shit.
As will I. I'll be around doing a bunch of stuff, including some interesting charity stuff. So keep tuned for that.
And also tech for a few of our panels.
Yes, I'll be doing tech for
just a few.
panels and
Just a few.
Just a smidge.
One or two.
But yeah, keep an eye out for that. Vorpal Tales will be involved quite a bit with Onyx Path Con. We're very excited.
Heavily.
Hi all, I have been Devin. You can find me online at Sword of Sullied. Tonight I played Cyrus and Mavash. And next time you can find me will be on Saturday for the ending of our Necrobiotic game.
Hey there, I am at Space Lord PJs. I have been playing most August Rising Sun Fist and really wanting snacks. And I will be GMing our Fallout game tomorrow on Vorpal Tales. So, good times.
Fantastic. All right, thank you. I have been Patty6_, and I encourage you to watch Vorpal Tales' other shows, which include things like Monday will be Dune over on our Vorpal Tales channel. Tuesday, we have 2 games. The first one will be, we're starting up our earlier today was our first session of our Chronicles of Darkness contiguous story that we're doing, where we go through the different splats, starting with Book 1, Defiance, where we're playing Mage, the Awakening. And then Wednesday, tomorrow, will be Fallout. Thursday, Alien. Friday, we're playing 2 games as well. We're starting our second season of the Contagion Chronicle, and then we're also playing Ravenloft. Saturday, we're playing Symbaroum and the finale of Necrobot Kickstarter. Sunday was Unknown Armies and our Vampire the Masquerade game. And then, of course, next week, same time, same place, you can find us here on the Next Path channel, playing Exalted, the Exalted Essence Kickstarter, where you should totally go and back it. As we talked about earlier, it has met its funding, it has met many, many stretch goals, but we want to meet even more. As Dixie has teased, there are some quite amazing ones waiting for you guys in the pipes.
Also, thank you to anybody who backed during this, because we've gone up $600 or $700 during this game.
Hey!
So yeah, we're at 226, 265 now.
Yeah, and to give my 2 cents, it is great. Its goal is to really make first-time storytellers in the Exalted system feel comfortable, and it has. As a first-time storyteller of Exalted, I feel very comfortable doing this. If you have always wanted to get into Exalted, this is the time to do it.
And also keep in mind that Patty and the rest of us are playing off of the non-laid-out manuscript, which makes it a lot harder to read. So the fact that we're able to do this well and have this few stumbles with Word documents, once you see it and it's got like flowcharts and art and sidebars and things that look like they're supposed to, it's going to look way better even. So, and probably much easier to play.
Oh, for sure. Yes, and then like Steve and Dixie said, totally check out the Onyx Path Con starting June 11th, running the whole weekend for panels, games, live plays, all that fun stuff that you love and come to Onyx Path for all the time. Alrighty. I think that's it. We're going to sign off for the night. Everything has been quite amazing. You players are fantastic. I love all your characters. Love where this is going. We hope that you, the listeners and the viewers, enjoyed our story tonight. Look forward to seeing you in the future to continue this tale. But until then, may you bathe in the light of the First Age. Stay safe, stay awesome, stay adventurous, and make good choices. And be a good ally.